game.
That shot, if ever there's a time to say the word insult to injury, that would be it, right? You've already given up the game with a knife attempt, and now somehow I've never seen a shot through the door like that in a big game at this caliber. We've got 2 auto snipers, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 AWPs. Now Fly with the AK-47. Apparently wasn't happy with the Krieg kill he got last round. Didn't think that was good enough. He's going for the AK instead.
Yeah. Take one more element out of it.
If you're just joining us, Navi had this game tied up. It was 15-11. There was a 3-on-1 situation where Nitro was left on the CT side. He had
4-on-1, excuse me.
Sorry,
no, you're right. 3-on-1 with a 4 kill. You're right. Sorry.
You've ruined my monologue there, Matt.
Carry on.
Back to next round. We're going to get into it with Elise and Simple dueling out towards Long, and it will be the opening frag. And
look, Simple went for a knife. That's the bottom line. I'm sorry, Henry. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Well, Simple's got 2 kills this time by, and this is on map point for Liquid, so he's not letting them go that easily. Maybe he was just toying with his food first. Nitro will recover the bomb. They'll rotate it back over toward B instead. They've got 2 directly inside of the site, rightfully so. They've got the advantage. Let Electronic rotate down towards CT. He'll cover mid and make the call. Let them be more resilient to fight off the tunnels should they need to do so. And Stewie's aware that he needs to pick apart the map, so he tries to do so at mid with the AWP. Look at Zeus. Oh, this is easy for him now.
Yeah, he's been finding these sort of kills the entire game. Just smart little pushes, gets him 1 frag, stays alive as well. Don't need to challenge anymore, stay alive. That's all he has to do, just buy time. This is double overtime for sure. I said that with bated breath. From what we've seen so far, maybe not.
Nitro entrance, followed directly by Twist. Flash in, Flamey behind the boxes, won't be in the open. Do get the first, they trade it. Nitro's low though, 32 in a 1-on-3. We've seen this before with the AWP, but look how they are surrounding him on the map. Zeus is going to be behind. And with 22 seconds, he doesn't have a lot of time to work with. Additional incendiary toward the window. Smoke already down. Tries to go for the wall plant so he can back off and get the ground early, but Simple pushes through. And it is indeed double overtime.
Yeah, they could definitely sacrifice a player pushing through then. The 3 versus 1, so no problem. Double overtime. We will remain on the sides we currently sit at. So Navi will go onto the CT side. Liquid can once again bring out the auto snipers if they wish, but it's normally a final round sort of thing when it gets to this point of the game. When it's round 3 of overtime, that's when you'll see those snipers come out. 18-18 is all reset. Just to look at the scoreboard, we'll see who's at the very tippity top at this point. 30 for Elige, 26 for Twists. Naf, interested to see where he's got to. 16, so he's starting to get into the conversation now. We're joining his teammates. He's only 1 beneath Boomich, who will be 9th on the server. Stewie spamming the doors once again, did a little bit of damage to Boomich there. That was the Krieg connecting once more. Is that going to be a thing in the future? I don't know. I hope not. But either way, very exciting stuff. Stewie will be watching towards short from the drop-down position. Flashbang goes through. And remember, it was Simple, and it was actually Boomich who bested him in this duel before. He takes it again with the flash. This time, no one there to challenge.
Nade at the ready for Zeus. He's been decent with utility in this position. He's been swapping off of Long depending on how they structure it. If they put Flamey and Electronic toward Long, he plays on the platform. If they're going to solo it, he is typically the solo. So Electronic's on the swing. But this time he's going to get aggressive. Smoke down already at A-Long. And he'll play behind the doors. Stewie takes out Simple. Good pick to find early.
That's more like it from Stu. Simple as well, and they've still got 50 seconds as well. They have the majority of their grenades. They have the bombs, CTs. Remember, they have to react to this point. And where's that reaction going to come from? Electronic waits at long doors, smoke down for now. And that smoke does nothing for them. That actually suggests they're going to go towards B. The CTs have seen that smoke has done nothing. So, will they rotate? Will they take a gamble here and send numbers towards that B bomb site? I would say maybe. Boomich, either way, finds the first kill. They know it's going to be a B-side attack now, but Stewie still hitting shots. You can't predict that. Flashbang goes in. He knows another one's crossed. They'll make their way towards the site, which is open for now. Zeus will have to do something ungodly at this point as he jumps through the window here. Needs to, not going to happen. And now Liquid have an open site. An open round almost, as Flamey needs to find a kill through the cross. Not going to happen. Electronic still with a chance here.
Just buying time though, and Naf burns him. That's brilliant. Boomich did so well to read the fact that Twist wanted to drop down behind them. Look at the HP as well on the Liquid side. This round could have easily gone the other way. Stewie's kill to respond on Boomich opened the map up for them again, because otherwise it would have been Boomich and Zeus to hold off the take at B. And Zeus couldn't do it alone. It's Liquid that's going to take 19. First round of double overtime. First best of 3 of the event. We've got one more coming up after this.
We really do. It doesn't feel like group stages right now, does it? You got Navi, Team Liquid, a best of 3, and an epic game like this. It feels like a semi-final. Anyway, Flamey, like we said, it doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? That does kind of matter. He had the AK there on the CT side. Him not keeping that's something. That's actually quite significant for a rifle of his caliber. So that's the only talking point, I suppose, but money not affected either way. Here's Stewie 2K though. What great work he did. CT's had the intel there. They're trying to scramble towards the B side. That one smoke, just because it was a smoke that suggested they were trying to sneak out long, but the CT was already on the other side of it, saw it was useless. That's when they could really rotate over, but it wasn't quite in time for the call, as we might see a faster play here. Naf and Twist, what a potent combo that is. Pushing it over towards short. Zeus realizes he's not going to be taking that duel. Drop down towards CD spawn and reposition. He still has his smoke, but doesn't feel too under threat just yet. Now, maybe the HE will land even more damage than it did before. Great work. His utility damage, by the way, must be at the very top by a country mile, I would say. 489. He's done a lot of work. That's the highest by 200 on the server.
Ooh. Collective crossfire, and Twist gets erased. Elige, the next in the same position, tries to look away from the flash, was late in doing so, and then holds on the stairs. Rightfully so, as he gets Zeus back with the Krieg. Flamey, excellent repositioning. Gets back to the position which was previously held by Zeus, and same angle twice for Elige, catches him off. But he's so low as he gets dinked on the side and burned by Nitro. Good call, and audible noise cue when the helmet was rung. Simple can't possibly think of a jump shot at this point. Just wants to go for the boost instead for his teammate, but they're going to put utility out. Op, around the corner. He's buying time. Nitro's burned alive. That's on top of the site. Now Simple knows he has less to worry about above. He does eventually go for the jump, but Stewie's going to pull one back, and a little bit audacious. That just brings Naf out from behind the car. Liquid with 2 in a row.
Oh, absolutely. Stylish way to finish it as well. Navi on the ropes at this point. Money, not a huge factor, but Matt, like I said, it's the last round of overtime again, right on the T side. Remember what that means. Will we see those auto snipers come out again on the T side? I'm not so sure. It was Flamey doing what he could in front of the Flames there, and wasn't quite enough. Just such a bombardment of utility. What are you supposed to do against that? Excellent work from Liquid. We are going to see a more traditional round here. I think they're more focused on getting the 3-0 here than finding an opening kill with auto snipers and not being in position for pushes. As speaking of which, had you been spamming, you wouldn't be ready for this. Electronic has made his way up towards top of middle. We've got a boost that's checking out this position towards short. Could be a double kill for Zeus, but gets nothing. Electronic can still save the round though. Nice kill. Has to survive though. If he can get out of this one, they still are on to win the round here, but he's in such a difficult spot. And that shows them. Nothing he can really do with that, Matt. Did his best.
Elige gets Flamey as well. 3-0, looking to be the start T side. It's been the weakness for Liquid. They've woken up for sure now. Simple. Held off in the smoke at double doors. B's wide open. They aren't sure of that, though. Stewie's holding there with the bomb. Which gets Naf back. That's at long. That should almost funnel them toward B, which is ideal. Double op retake going to be required.
Yeah, that's not ideal, to be honest. That really is the worst possible scenario you could have for this retake. You got 2 orbs, 2 flashes. Sure, you got kids, but you've now got to find a rifle. You cannot surely even attempt this with 2 snipers. Tunnels is where Simple's position. Is there a free frag here? Does Nitro have no idea? Apparently not. There's a chance now, 2-on-2. I don't think he realized how close Simple was. This is such a difficult retake, but if you've got Simple hitting shots, it might not be a problem whatsoever. Looking for the 3-0. Missed shot from Simple might lead to a 3-0 for Team Liquid. That's what's happened. Remember, 15-11 up on the Navi side. Threw it away due to a knife attempt, and now they're 1 round away from giving this first map up, and it's their pick. My goodness.
Could be halfway through.
If they do lose this map, which is looking likely, there's not even a conversation to be had.
Well, I was going to say we could be halfway through Overpass.
Yeah, we could
be in a whole different world.
We could be having some great clutches, some moments from Simple, high flying, looking great, competitive. Third map still likely, but at this point, if they give this one up, I'm going to try and go outside, find out where they are to see what the temperament is. I want to go see the fireworks if that goes down. Because
fortunately, we're in a different location.
Oh, we are, aren't we? That's right.
They're at the hotel. Stunna can go check it out for us.
With the man on the ground.
Yeah. Let us know. Want that insider info. Flamey's going to go back to that double up again. Naf Stewie for Team Liquid. Naf Stewie, not Nitro. So far, as Twist wants to come back out, Elige playing off of him as he has done so successfully, but Naf to Catwalk finds only one. Zeus gets the return kill immediately, but Flamey gone. Naf's up to 21 now. Boomich on 20, everyone having time to make strides in this game, and a stride through the smoke. Twist caught out Boomich jumping behind the box.
It's one round for Liquid, remember. 22 is the magic number here. They have a 4-on-3. There are no smokes available for Navi. There is nothing. They have Simple and CT spawn of an orb. That's their strongest asset. Zeus gets a kill. That certainly helps things out. A chance to win the rounds, but they're going to need a clean sweep here. Remember, they have 0 right now, and Liquid have 3. Just one round from Liquid wins it. And this is still a struggle of a round. Maybe not so much anymore. Good positioning from Simple, finds Stewie 2K. And the A side is actually open. They've recovered this one. Or have they? Great shot from Simple. Somehow makes that work.
Yeah, I'd say recovered is definitely the word for it now, as Twist rotates back through middle. AWP down on Cat. Didn't grab it, though. Sticks with the Krieg. Simple's already positioned so that if he comes through mid doors, he'll find the kill. His third in the round. It's got to be over. Yeah, he's over 40. He's at 42 kills now, so he's double everyone else on the team. Whether or not that excuses what happened, I don't think it does. No. Certainly, you could argue without that, they wouldn't be here at all. But when you have a chance to close the game, close the damn game.
They're still in vain if you don't win, Like, if you're the one who would cost them that round, yeah, sure. Either way. 3-1, I should say. Let's get into it. No damage done on the cross. Double orb set up for Naf and Stewie once again. That's such a sick shot from Stu. I don't know how he's connected that one. His AWPing has just got stunning recently. Speaking of which, Boomich, that wasn't bad either. So much talent on the server. I can't even begin to tell you how impressive some of these shots have been. Nafly this time can't hit the kill. He does actually tag up Electronic. The nade doesn't land. He's in a lot of trouble now.
Tons locked in. Naf. Molotov down to try and buy more space, but they were already around the corner. Already on top of it. He's still burdened from the grave, but Boomich takes down Elige long. Nitro's locked on the ramp, but he's got to be so careful about how he chooses to advance. Watch for Zeus. 1 HP as he plants the bomb. Incendiary in the hands of Stewie, but he's not in position to throw that as he's still working in from the box on Cat. And a slow peek from Simple. AWP slow peek. I think he might get this. I think he might, but no! Nitro steps wide. Now they've got problems. Zeus with 1. Boomich knows he has to get much, much closer. Information that he's at long and in the open. Stewie, he taps on a Zeus pistol as well. He's in the open. Stewie's got another pistol. The knife does cost them, and Liquid take the game in overtime. Double overtime at that.
A historic map here. That has got to be one of the craziest maps I've ever casted in my entire career. They had the game in the palm of their hand, man. They threw it in the trash. Simple in a 3-on-1, going for that knife attempt. A map point has cost them their map pick in a best of 3 against number 1 in the world. This team has been rebuilding. They've been grinding. They've been working every single day to get Boomich in this lineup. This was their chance to show the world they can compete with the best. And now they could go out 2-0 due to the fact of one simple mistake.
Well, the moral of the story is don't bring a knife to a gunfight. With that, I think it's time to take a break.
The only way to live, you can't be with that, baby. Yeah, I know. Try before you see my heart. Shooting up the ceiling. Pretty old story. Cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky and that night come with me. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Take it down.
I mean, that's the reason why we play, right?
Oh, it's a lovely sound in my ears, Alex. It's a lovely sound.
Who thinks that the North American Counter-Strike scene is back?
Chicago, make some noise for Team American.
This is their chance to grab a trophy on home soil.
Taco waits below it, though. Taco waits below it, and he holds! That's absolutely sensational!
Think you can't clutch through a smoke while recording in full resolution and streaming the play to the world? Watch this.
Counter-terrorists win.
Think you can't get famous in a flash? Like become your own meme famous? Watch this. Think he's been there, done that? With Intel Core i7, he's just getting started. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Sign up now for the Vodafone 5G ESL Mobile Open. Qualify for the grand final at Milan Games Week.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
So this is it. This is where it all started. The great business of DHL.
You remember when we still use these?
We have all come a long way since then.
Hey, Effie, my little buddy. ESL 1 Cologne is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, DHL, Betway, Asus Republic of Gamers, Pay Safeguard, and MSI.
Upper bracket, first best of 3 between Navi and Team Liquid. It's the Group A upper bracket semi-final, and my goodness, I'll tell you right now, Dust 2 done, Overpass next, but can we get over the knife?
I don't know if the internet can.
No, I just refreshed the forums, and it's a light with one particular player, and then kind of a combination of slurs and sarcastic good jobs.
Just HLTV.org then?
Yes, that's the one.
Right, okay, you are on the right website there. Just confirm that. But anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's chop it up, shall we?
Let's break it down. Yeah, you're right. Chop it up.
No matter which way you cut this one, it's a tough one. That was a dagger, wasn't it?
Oh, wait. Oh, goodness me. Oh, yeah. But credit to Nitro. We've only got 5 minutes, my goodness. But credit to Nitro. Let's start to sweep the analysis into this one, Chad. That was an incredible play from him, despite exploiting weaknesses, of course, presented by Simple.
Yeah, okay. So that was a dead to right kill. Simple could have killed him and they would have won the map. There's no argument about that. No one would dispute that fact. No one would be going out of their way and saying that. But there were so many other things that happened in this game, right? If we just take the sample sizes there and say Navi won and look at all the things that they did good, all the good things that Liquid did, it was a great game of CS. But then at that point it spiraled and the tilt came in. This man winning the 1-on-3 that you're talking about, right? The next 2 kills that he made, he had to work very hard for those. Now, yes.
He had to shoot someone in the head through a car that didn't even technically know exactly where it was.
Simple did avoid winning the game. That's what Simple did. He avoided winning the game, right? Now, he had a pretty decent performance otherwise. He was plus 17. You have to think about what he was doing for this squad, right? It's still difficult. I'm really struggling right now to find a way to make an excuse for it.
The problem here is this, Chad. You are right. Because it was the kill that would have ended the game, in that context, he threw the game. The problem is, outside of that, when you have to play more rounds, and there was a lot of rounds before that, there was many other chances Navi could have won the game. Simple put them in winning positions, did great things individually. I would say if you add it up, like you're saying here, plus minus, he still was a very, very good player in the game. It's just that one critical mistake like that is going to stick in everyone's memory, I'm afraid. Especially if they lose this series.
Oh, well, that's what we'll be talking about in just a moment. But he's 10 frags above everyone else in the server. So let's just hold our breath a little bit.
Here's one reason, though, that I'll quickly say that I am actually a little bit worried for Navi here is, remember, Navi had never won a map in these best of 3s against Team Liquid. They never won a series against them. But on top of that as well, the reason why this game was perfect for Navi was Naf was having a terrible game.
First half, 0 kills.
And Naf is one of the players, hence why that infamous interview I referenced earlier about how he never saw Simple as a start. Naf usually goes off against Navi. This is one of the teams he loves to play against. He always has the big fun. So if you get your opponent and then the player who's always doing well against you is having an off game, that's a gift right there. You do not look that gift horse in the mouth.
And there was the gift. You can see the jump peek into the wallbang to conclude.
And a fantastic round afterwards, obviously.
And then a string of them.
Some very, very key kills himself. Some nice AWPing.
Stewie did a fantastic job on that secondary AWP, Alex.
But here we go, gentlemen. It's Dust 2. I mean, Elige had that ridiculous round as well. I keep throwing the credit everywhere else. But Overpass is next. Now, the way you framed this, and I will just reiterate for those that didn't catch the pre-game, was that, in order to take this series to 3, Dust 2 kind of felt like a must-win for Navi.
Sure.
You don't see Overpass ever going the way of the CIS.
The thing is, they are a good team on it, and at times it's been one of their better maps. But even then, if you look at how they pick it in the series, they only really pick it as a punish against people. They don't tend to go directly into it like by default. And then Team Liquid, in terms of the stats, they're the best Overpass team in the world.
Best map, yeah,
and they're loving it right now. That's a map. So especially if you feel like you got the first one for free when you were supposed to lose it, you're going to be at the top of the world if you're the guys. Whereas if you are the Navi guys, you're thinking, I should be 1 map up now.
Yeah, but 1 map up. I'm sure there's one man who might even crack a smile. Naf standing by with Stunner. Let's check in.
Any minute.
Any second now. Here
Still
he
us.
Comes. Yeah,
we're pretty cool.
Fine. I mean, I thought Naf was standing by.
Here he is.
Let's listen in.
All right, everybody. I have Nasty Naf with me right now. He's got a smile on his face because they did just avoid a little bit of an L there on Dust 2. First and foremost, Naf, slow start for you today. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I mean, on the T side, I feel like I was getting a little unlucky with the kills. Like, I wasn't really like that upset or frustrated. It's just, shit happens. Sometimes you're not going to get kills, and that happens. So, honestly, it was no issue for me. I was able to recover on the CT side, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have put it any more simple than that. That makes the most sense to me out of anything I've heard all week long. We're going to go a little bit further than that, though. Talk to me a little bit about the nade damage you guys were taking from Navi. It just seemed like they had you pinpointed there for a while.
Yeah, no, they're doing really well with their nades. I remember at halftime we checked to see the nade damage, and we saw Zeus was really giving us the D on with the nades. Yeah, but yeah, their utility damage was great, and they were playing well on their CT side.
Yeah, that nade damage, there's a whole calculation behind it. I believe it was something like 540 for you guys, 887 over on the side of Navi, just at the end of regulation. But now we're going to look forward to Overpass, and I want to know what you're thinking about that. You have to be feeling a little bit more comfortable.
I mean, Simple just threw away the game for them. I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, he also knows that as well. But going into Overpass, so like they just lost. They had the game in the bag, and they kind of just threw it away. So we're going to take it, and we're going to run with it. No mercy.
No mercy from Nasty Ass Naf himself. We're going to let him catch up with his team, and we're going to jump in Overpass before you know it.
Ooh, that is just perfect.
He summed it up better than we could.
He did. I think he actually, can we just, in the post-production, can we just cut our segment out and just slice Naf in? I think he summarized it. He has a bit of a freer vocabulary than perhaps we do. I think he summarized that perfectly. Overpass next, though, and they're going to try and run with this momentum.
And the thing is, they'll be starting on the T side here because it is their map choice in this series right now. A couple of things to note with their Overpass on the T side. Stewie seems like he's been doing the lion's share of AWPing for these guys, but it doesn't get based around that. They have fantastic utility usage to clear out all aggressive plays. They love hitting that B bomb site. So let's see if they can run with that against Navi.
You see their 88% win rate on this map. This is a map you have to be very confident. Like, I always said this, when they start to get good, since this is a map that, yes, Navi does play, but a lot of teams in the world, it was in the bottom of their map pool. Right. If you want to have an era, you need a map that you can win all the time. Not just a home map, a map that's like a fortress. People cannot beat you on this map. This can be it for Team Liquid. You've seen they very rarely ever lose, and you lose really to the other world-class Overpass teams. So is Navi at that level at the moment? I don't know. Saw some good signs in the first map, but I'm not that convinced by Boomich so far. Navi, generally, we haven't seen them very much over the last few months. They're kind of an X factor at the moment, and so they had a great chance to kind of topple the apple cart on this one, start 1-0 up, maybe go for the 2-0, but they look like they're, I mean, I don't really know how you recover their morale there. Zeus isn't known as a guy who's like the pat you on the back guy and say, it's all right, we'll get him next time. And if you're Simple, I don't want to hear anything from any of my teammates about how I messed up the game. Like, have you been watching any of the games we've been playing for the last 12 months? I've been pretty much carrying this team, so it's a tough situation to be in if you're the Navi guys.
I can see in the AIM server as well. Everyone else from Navi was just, there was no names there. It was just Simple killing everyone, just constantly. He's just aiming at heads, probably doesn't want to have a chat right now, probably just wants to get into Overpass.
If I was the Team Liquid people, I'd be in the server and I'd be changing my names, like, just knife bro, like lol, haha, 1v1 memes, knife, I'd be doing all the stuff. Yeah,
the backflips. So let's summarize. Mental fortitude. Navi, they have had a map taken away from them. They're not many. We're actually into the pistol. Why can I never get this information? Let's jump over to the casters, I guess.
Well, we can jump over all you like, Alex. Jump, hop, skip. Get ready for Overpass. Is there going to be a response? Does Navi fuel themselves from this anger, or does Liquid, just as Naf says, no mercy, and then we go?
Well then, it is going to be Flamey to defend the B bomb side. There's a swarm of Team Liquid players. If it's Simple, he'll find a couple of frags there. Lovely headshots coming through in buckets and spades for Navi. And it's a clean round. Wasn't looking too good when Liquid had that much control of the B bomb side, but a nice pistol victory. And he gave it that first map, but they have certainly picked up the pistol. We have seen all the responses though in the second round in this series so far. I believe both halves had it in regulation and Dust 2. We'll see if there'll be a force buy again from Team Liquid here. This is, for me, I would say their absolute best map since Adren came in. Their playstyle is superb. It's exciting, and T-side especially is pretty filthy. So it's good news for Navi to pick up that first round there. No force buy coming in, no bomb planted, and Simple looking to apply the pressure at the start of the round. Incendiary thrown towards T-steps and falling back. Not overcommitting to this one. He's got the M4 there. Zeus, again, full eco. I'm really liking this new look as Navi in terms of the utility usage and the fact they have this selfless in-game leader now, which we didn't see before. He's the one actually saving the money for his star players.
Let's see if it buys them anything. On Overpass, looks like for the first time in this series, we're going to get someone converting the pistol round and going up 2-0. Remember that both halves started out 1-1, 4-1 in fact, technically, or 1-4, depending on how you want to phrase it. on Dust. Crafty little play from Nitro. Not sure he was fully aware there's a second. You could hear him down, but they're all hunting him down. Good aim funds. Flamey, but not for the kill. And it is, finally, a normal start to a game. No done deal for Overpass. I know we were talking about the tilt, but if they can put that behind them at the very least, on paper, sure, it's Liquid's better map, but Navi have always been decent on it.
We have no idea what's happened in practice.
That's the biggest change, is the boomage.
Yeah, we have no idea. This could be a really strong map for them. It's just, on paper, that there should be no world where Liquid give this one up, but if enough variables go against them, like the pistols, then losing some ecos, etc., then you never know. And there it is. Zeus goes an MP9. Remember, he was full eco last round to give Simple the orb this round. I love that. This is the way it's always should have been. And I feel like for him to justify his place in the team at this point, he has to start agreeing with that prospect and say, we've got some of the world's best aimers. Let's give them the resources and weaponry they need. So this big shout out to Zeus for changing things up in this new look Navi. It's really cool to see. And we'll see Simple now, whether he can put that orb to good use in the third round. And it's such a massive advantage because there's no chance Liquid have the orb here. They're going to have AKs. They've got no plants, right? So this makes a lot of sense. It all works out. 3-0 is what Navi are looking for here. 2 MP9s, Electronic. Ambitious position, I like it though. Twitch is going to get the trade, not before it gets dinked though. So Electronic worth his weight in gold there. Takes him down to 10. 4 versus 4, but that dink is significant. Naf waiting for any pushes towards B. He's got it. And a clean kill. Nothing really to write home about.
Simple back out with the AWP, trying to see exactly what's going on toward long. Not getting overly aggressive. Remember, you can see where all the kills came in, past the time of expiry on the mini-map. So it gives you good context as to the rotations and why they occur. Single loss at long, but a CT down and lack of information. Back over toward B, and it's Boomich that's got to get in position. Coming out from jungle, he'll try and do that with the M4A1S. Finds Naf in the open. That's first. Second up, it is going to be Stewie. Last bullet got him before he had to back around the corner. And he knew it was the the planter. That would be on the site. Elige with 100, Twist, not so much, but Elige keeps him alive. Down below, and that means he's able to get Boomage. Simple would have had him, and then the entrance would have been on. Elige instead wins out the round.
Ooh, right onto the wire there, but it will be Twist and Elige to get them through at least. It's the B bomb site where they finish. They exchange blows at the very start. What have we got here, Matthew?
Well, I said it would be neck and neck given that Navi's not bad on it, and that perhaps it's more inconclusive than we thought, given that Navi have never met Liquid on this map on a LAN.
Oh, there you go. That is a great little tidbit for you there. Well, technical pause. Navi seem to enjoy these at the start of each map. Microphones normally have to be recalibrated. Maybe the kind of vocal warm-ups they're doing beforehand weren't exactly right. We need to make sure the levels are there. But for now, 2-1. Liquid pull one back. You can see the money on your screen there. A buy is available on the Navi side for sure. But there will be compromises. Electronic $2,000. Luckily, with the ecos they took to get that AWP out, there is cash available elsewhere. Flamey with 6K. So they'll have to drop an SMG for Electronic, or he goes Deagle Armor. And at that point, they'll still have a very good chance of winning the round, especially if they bring the AWP out. I'd say Flamey's going to drop an AWP for Simple here, and they'll do what they can with the rest. That's normally the objective. Whether it'll work out is another question altogether, but this is a technical timeout, just to remember. That's why they're not talking at this point. You're not allowed to discuss your options. You have to sit there silently. Adren is twiddling his thumbs up, as he cannot get involved whatsoever. There's Flamey, one of the mainstays of Navi, gonna have to step up here if they're going to take us to a third. Liquid known for their slow-paced gameplay on Overpass these days. Difficult to shut them down. Almost impossible to find opening frags, and it's Electronic. He'll be the one at the 5-7, and Simple, challenging towards Kinetta, knows that he needed that first frag. Didn't work out for him, took some damage with the Molotov. It's fine though, didn't go down. Still has to snipe up. Electronic rotating around the map as Twister shows presence towards B. A flashbang, smoked out as well. A little bit of a spam. He's just trying to suggest he's on that side of the map.
Stack up with the window rotation, drop in. And Simple alone to anchor. late boost. Naf's already below them. But Simple has the job. Simple. Still waiting for it. Naf was there the whole time. Electronic comes flying out of the site, completely blind, as his teammate wants to get him in position, and they had no idea that he was there the entire time.
That's what Naf is known for, waiting outside that B bomb site here. Stewie 2K in position for 3. It looks like the round is safe, but maybe it never is when Simple's alive. Naf throws a grenade down his throat at that point, so he's got to kill the MAC-10, holding towards shore. HE kill off that as well. 2-2. Liquid really on their feet now as Navi starting to collapse. The money's not going to be there. $2,000 per player. Loss bonus not built up at all. They're going to have to take a full eco. There's no option to force buy, really. There's nothing really you can do with this at all, man. It's like the worst type of eco you can have. You can't even really justify a P250. That's too much. So, should be 3-2, but I've said that many times before. We all know it. Yeah, we're all thinking it, and every time I say it always goes wrong. So
and people love to call you on that because apparently you have to be from the future, and if you're not, you should never be an analyst.
Exactly. You are paid to do this job, and you got that wrong. That's my favorite tweet I've been getting today.
You're not paid though.
I know. That's people who don't realize.
I thought we negotiated that I get all your rates.
I'm just here for fun.
Yeah,
I just enjoy it.
It's passion for Henry. Mirage already checking the front of the bathrooms of the Krieg. Starts to fire into the smokestack outside at long. Worst type of eco, that's what we'll call this now. A full save, and as a result, that's why the full stack as Elige starts to dissect, at least getting one, but clearing a lot of these angles. He's not going to have a clue there's this many out at long. He won't go too noisily into position, but he is stepped into the crossfire. Thankfully, Twist able to help. Simple gets the kill back, not the one you want to get the gun. And that's why Twist falls as well. Now they've taken 2 guns down, and Simple is looking for more. 100 HP, but no armor. Smokes himself off so as to focus on only one angle, but they won't even deal with this. Leave one player to hold him in position. That'll be Stewie, and everyone else backs off toward B. Stewie's just yet to get a kill. We're pretty early on. It's only round 5. His teammates have been getting them collectively. So not the similar situation to Naf.
Bomb has been planted.
He's spotted though by Simple. If he gets a 3rd kill on this Simple, this is a big round. And he could just save the Krieg at this point in time. He doesn't have a kit, doesn't have an armor. The retake's not worth it, but to get 3 kills and carry a Krieg over, that's on a 0 buy. No purchase. All right, fair enough. Good job to Stewie. That would have been significant.
It would have taken money out of the pockets of Liquid and put 900 into his and able to drop a rifle as well. It would have been massive, but he did go down, but still not the end of the world. Managed to still put himself in AWP territory. You can see $5,000 on him. Now that would be the glass cannon. The reason we call it it's incredibly powerful, but you are extremely vulnerable. If you take any sort of nade damage, any bullets, in fact, that AWP becomes very difficult to use. There's a thing called aim punch in this game, which makes things very difficult if you don't have armor. If you're shot once with the scope, it sends that crosshair right up into the sky, and your shots are going to be very difficult to land. But you still can make it work. It's just a lot more difficult. As we see 3 players towards that connect. Electronic will do well to get 1 hit, let alone 3. He'll go down with nothing and Simple. Remember, glass cannon. 2 bullets touch him, he's dead. It's just the one. And this is where Liquid start to look scary. When they get on their feet on a map like Overpass and they're going around this wolf pack sort of mentality and is hitting every single shot, there's not many teams that can shut them down. And that's why I said Dust 2, for me, had to be a necessity for Navi to even get us to a 3rd map.
Caught out by Zeus, but Elige going back now has information that there's 2 there. They're just going to get away from this, though.
Yeah, they have to, really. No kits. They got an AWP on Zeus, and they're going to run. Look at Elige, though. He's actually like, you know what? You're not saving anything. I'm going to T-spawn. I'll beat you boys there. Let's do this. Let's dance. If he gets a couple of kills here, that's fantastic. They're ready for it. Oh my goodness, he's got all 3. And it might not have affected the round outcome in terms of the victory, but still, the fact they get nothing for the next round.
That's significant. Absolutely. Take the guns away. You got an op on the CT side of overpass.
Yep.
Yeah, big time.
That's great. What a play.
It's not like, sure, you hype that up. Okay, save kills. The fact that he was able to predict that so well and say, like, okay, you just watch the stairs. I'll get behind them.
And
all 3.
I think a lot of people who haven't played Pro CS before, they don't understand the mental side of the game as well. How tilted you'd be as a team after that. You say, well, it's early on, we'll save our 3 weapons. And sure, yeah, I hyped up the fact that there's 3 kills that didn't have any outcome in the round. They have now no money. They realize they just lost 3 weapons to 1 dude. Like, that's a huge deal.
Dejecting.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. Now Fly, he's on his feet though, isn't he? Trying to find absolutely everyone in this B bomb side. It's going to be 5-2 here. Electronic and Flamey with nothing as they both hold towards Connector. And Stewie, he's been so good. Like, he has got some sort of sixth sense going on these days. Like, he always seems to be in the right positions. He knows where the pre-fire and the smokes. He knows when to push. He's just waiting now for mistakes to be made. He's not over-committing. He's holding the flanks as Flamey and Electronic are just hoping for 1 kill here. Lige knows he shouldn't really be part of this one. Doesn't have to go in there. They've got everything to lose and nothing to gain from these last 2 kills.
Shots go through the door. Now poke the hole in it. Flamey and Electronic. We'll just stay inside. Don't go outside today, kids. It's Crumpus. Stewie's even in the hall. Used the palm to actually mask his footsteps, and that got him a lot closer. However, he did give away 1 gun. Elise doesn't look too pleased about that. Electronic will have a Krieg to work with, and they will purchase this time 5-2 in favor of Liquid on the T side of overpass.
And that's where they do their best work. They're actually better, in my opinion, on the T side than the RCT. If they post double digits here, like, we're in a lot of trouble. And Zeus and Co will take a timeout. They do have the option for the sniper this time. Armor there for Simple at this stage, but they are not a team known for their mental fortitude. If the bickering starts and things start to go wrong and they throw away maps like we just saw, throw being a very fitting and operative word there for Dust 2, bear in mind that it was done. The game was completed. It was down to that 3-on-1 and 1 kill that separated from them. That's still going to be in their minds. We'll see if this next round will yield any more success. Looking at the overall setup now. Double orb setup, Flamey and Simple. Naf started the first half of Dust 2 with 0 frags. Currently sat on 4-4 round 8 on the T side of overpass. He said it didn't affect him too. I really like that interview from him. The fact he said, like, it wasn't in my head, it didn't really bother me. I can understand why. Sometimes you have those games where it doesn't work out. It's like, doesn't matter. You still won the game, right?
There's differences within 0-kill games. Some of them you are just absolutely shit and it's awful and you can't get anything going. Some of them, like you said, it was just unlucky. He had 4 assists. He just couldn't get the utility damage in. He couldn't get the final bullet into the bodies, but this one's going very differently for Twist and Naf. Collectively, Simple, however, on the AWP with a flash assist. Zeus is able to find Nitro standing in no man's land, having made contact on the site, and that leaves the bomb down on the ramp. Twist in a 1-on-4, and an unlikely event that he would be able to pull this off, given that Simple is going to watch over top of it with the op. Don't let it stop him, though, from trying. They've got the money. Not quite. Simple's there far too easily.
4 kills for Navi, much better. You can see Liquid, they're still in that mindset of, we're running around the map at this point, hitting every single shot, we'll stay as a group, we'll keep it fast paced, but like I said, when they're really kind of noses on screens and they're trying their absolute best game on the T side of overpass, you'll see a very slow, methodical process, and I'm sure we're going to see that come through now. Now it seems like the fun will kind of be taken away after a convincing round from Navi, the first in a while. Great shot from Simple, by the way, as we expect, of course. But I feel like this will be a much slower approach at this stage. It will be Twist taking a lot of damage at the start there through the incendiary T-steps. Does negate it though, managing to get towards the playground. Now for the smoke and the boost on the slide. This has actually got Liquid way too many kills. Every time I've seen them boost there, they seem to find a frag off it. But maybe people have learned at this point. Boomich, new addition. He'll be holding the B-bomb side with the silenced M4. Don't see that too often these days. He'll be there, looking to find an opening kill. It's normally, like we said, Naflight on that side of the map. What a play that is from Elise. That's the movement that makes him a world-class player. That shot almost connects as well. That's against an AWP as well, down to 40 HP. That sends Flamey packing.
Simple waiting. With a smoke to the left to watch inside the narrower gap. Inside of bathrooms, that's Zeus's cue to get up close as well. And Twist's making a lot of noise as he checks connector. I think Zeus might have just been able to hear that. So Simple, take the incentive, get the kill. Far too quick for Elige in that position. Top down, Simple forced off, but still comfortable. Even is aware that they could be sneaking in long, and Zeus through the smoke will take out Stewie. It's all going the way of the CTs on top of the A site. Switching guns, so as not to reload, get Zeus back. I guess 1 for 1 through the smoke.
Yep, they'll take it. Well then, Nitro, AWP, and somehow still alive here. Boomer should have him though, surely, at this point. He could even justify pushing up with this frag. 9 seconds remaining. The round will be Navi's. Twist just doesn't have enough to work with here. He can certainly cause damage though, and he goes down before the timer. An important factor to make sure he gets some cash there. 3 kills for Simple. Now, his fragging was not the problem on Dust 2. I feel like everyone's getting a bit upset on the internet right now when no one's blaming Simple with the fact Dust 2 went against him. It was just that one moment where they could have closed out the game. He still got 40 plus frags. He had an amazing game. He didn't play badly. Didn't let them down. It was just that one small mistake, and unfortunately turned into be one of the biggest of the day, potentially. It's still quite early on here in the tournament. Double op setup resides on the CT side. We're going to see Simple and Flamey once again. A deagle for Twist, but honestly, the way he can use that thing, it might not even be that detrimental. AT's towards a short pipe, and Nafly, he'll be taking the majority of the damage. 55 HP there. So, good start for Navi. A little bit of damage, some poking and prodding. Nafly this time not lurking towards B, actually actively challenging.
Simple back up and around. Let's go to window instead. Twist. Get damage onto Flamey directly with the deagle. It looks like he did. I thought it might have been a nade, but it was a similar position. Either way, Liquid will regroup. Navi trying to claw their way back into this game. 5-5, but more importantly, the money on their side. Should they do so is Nitro. Postures in front of the A site. Electronic, the only one to contend with. 50 seconds. Long rotation back across the map. And Zeus is going to make that more and more difficult by sneaking out toward the sandbags. Have to go the long way through spawn to be safe. If they can get the kill, though, Stewie does exactly that. They'll go on to B. Either way, Flamey standing still and in the open. Twist is able to remove him with no response time. Boom, it falls as well, and it's Twist with 2 on the deagle, upgrading onto an M4 for free. Round done at that point. Simple is behind a smoke at the window, and Electronic just watches the stairs. 6-4.
That's what I'm talking about, Matt. That Desert Eagle, it doesn't even worry me when I see everyone else with rifles and Twist on the deagle. I feel like he actually likes that sometimes. I think he likes the challenge almost. He wants to show people what he can do with it. He delivers every single time. He gets the most kills in that round, and he was the player with the pistol. It happens so often that it's such a valuable asset, I think, within the team. Just think, well, we have one guy who can just use the pistol like a rifle, so why not? Give it a go. Have more utility. Let's have some execution-based gameplay, as Liquid will pull another round back here after losing 2 in a row. Bear in mind, that's why the money was a little bit lower than usual, but they've got 5 players up. Just the 2 survive here on the Navi side. He goes 6-4 overall. Simple Electronic, though. Here's the replay of Twist getting it done with that Desert Eagle. Second kill, not quite as heroic, but certainly impactful. So, moving forward now, $3,000 on Boomich Electronic, 2,800. They will be fully investing into this round with what they have. We'll see what it looks like. Boomich with the auto shotgun. Now, I don't think I've seen that on Overpass CT too much. You'd have to go towards, Connector, I suppose, would make the most sense. Maybe shorts, something like that. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with it. Smokes, utility, and he is going to push short. And can he make anything of this? By the connector and the short pipe. So splitting the difference, I suppose. Still going to be a difficult weapon to use. Opens the door. That is brave. He actually hit the headshot on Stewie there. The auto shotgun and did 50 damage at that range.
Yep. That's pretty ridiculous. That's like a battalion shotgun.
Yeah, it is. You're right. What was that about? How did it do 50 damage? I know it was a headshot, but still, that range, you'd think it'd be like 20. Okay, well, maybe there's something...
He got the choke. He found the choke.
Yeah, he must have done the attachment.
The purple one, the tier 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's happened. And it will be still a 5-on-5. And towards A they go. Lots of positioning towards this side of the map. Almost no utility on the CT side. This HE will have to do a lot of damage. Which, yeah, that might do here. Zeus has been hitting some great shots here today. Can only find the first right now. Naf, Nitro, roasting and exploding their opposition. That was beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. A methodical gameplay, Matt, is when you get complete control of the map of Overpass and you execute like that and you make the defense uncomfortable. And if you get 2 kills via utility, so you've roasted one and you've got an HE kill, it means you've actually completed the perfect strat there. You couldn't have done it better. The fact you didn't even have to shoot them with your weaponry, I can't stress enough. If that's an in-game leader like that, how good that will make you feel. That's like the perfect call, the perfect play. Your teammates haven't had to work too hard. You've enabled them to win a round based off the strategy and theory you guys have done off the server. So that's great. Shout out to Boomich with the damage on the shotgun, but didn't really do much more than 50. So, 7-4, Naf survives on 1 HP, gets given the AWP. Saving the auto shotgun, not the most tantalizing of saves, but if he gets a kill with it at this point, that'd be $900. It looks like that's possible. The way he can use his weapon, there you go. And he's got an M4. He'll take it, so $900 and an M4. That actually might be the difference maker in this next round. It might tempt them to force into this man. I think it almost certainly will now. I don't think they would have purchased this round without this, but now they have the M4 and they can drop an AWP again. They're going to go for it, but there's going to be so many holes to plug. Timeout called, absolutely required. So let's talk about the options here. Overpass is one of those maps where AWPers on the CT side are certainly enabled to find opening picks.
Yep. And not just on A.
Yeah, absolutely not. You can go towards short. You can go towards monster. You can be boosted in middle. You can be going towards connector. You can be boosted in B. There are so many options, and that's what Liquid will be aware of. And that's why I feel like they'll either do something very scrappy, like a contact B play of all 5 players there, and hope that Simple is focusing towards middle connector, or they'll slow it right down into not even a default, just holding up to get information. Because the money is such a question mark right now, considering they saved 2 weapons, but they know there's a chance that the AWP. I know Liquid like a contact play towards B. I know they enjoy that call. The fact they have the AWP up suggests they might not do it, but we'll see what they come up with. Lots of options. Navi, the ones who are going to be struggling somewhat. You can see no grenades on Simple. They've got 1 kit. Not as bad as I thought it would be, but certainly not ideal. So what will be the play here? 2 players towards B. That's Twist and Naf fast towards short. Smokes and Molotovs exchanged, but no damage just yet.
Leash with the smoke down at Monster, sprays into it. No, I was going to say no luck on damage. Does get flamey, but equally, in fact, slightly more. So he gets tagged to 53. Late boost again for Boomich. We saw this last time. Similar situation in that Naf is down below them already. However, this time there is a bit more presence outside of the short tunnel. Double Molotov play, 1 to barrels, 1 behind the ramp. In they go, fully blind. Twist somehow gets Boomich. Fine on both sides, it would seem, but Flamey and Zeus make the difference only for a moment. Nitro gets the shot back on the AWP, finally in his hands. And Stewie will stand above, but little did they know Flamey snuck behind. Bomb not planted, and Stewie's dropped inside of the sandbag. Smoke down, Dink as well on a Naf at range from the USP, doing significant damage, 42 seconds, bomb not planted.
Oh, he's got the USP.
And Simple can even bait it out. Stewie, that's a huge kill. But Simple knows he's low. He has the op. He's flashed. He's forced off the angle. Stewie can't get toward the bomb, and Simple's back in position with no utility to save him this time. Re-peek, and down goes Stewie.
Stewie just didn't know what to do at that point. Simple seemed like he was in full control of the situation at all times. You're absolutely correct. He got the information that he was low, and Stewie knew it as well. He's trying to bait out a shot, trying to do anything he could. All the tricks in the book thrown towards Simple's direction there, but couldn't find the killing blow, and it is going to be round 13 coming in as we go 7-5. Navi claw 1 back, and I say that in a very fitting manner as well, because if you win a round in that manner without the diffusion, it's down to kills, you get 32.50 per player. That is not enough for a full buy in CS, as you can see. UMP's coming out and a lack of utility as well. 1 kit remaining, and lose this round, you're in dire straits financially. Navi once again, open the hands of Simple. He'll be in the bathrooms this time, hoping to add to his 12 kill total.
Electronic. Smoke goes down. Covers off some more space in front of the bathrooms. Elige and Twist are heading in that direction. Bomb intentionally waits back by the fountain. Flash on either side of bathrooms. Those will be heard, and Flamey won't be blind. He can control the peak. One too many jumps for Twist, but he's traded. Little did they know that Simple is still out at long as well. Oh, but he gets increasingly aggressive, and that means his aim is off. Jump. Oh, that gets taken? He nearly hit a 360. What is going on?
I thought it hit for a second there, and I was about to lose my mind. He went for the 360.
If he had made that jump onto the flower pot, I don't think he gets the kill on Naf. The fact that Naf went down and then nearly hits that whole sequence shouldn't have happened.
This has been a nuts game so far. There's been so many weird things that have happened. Either way, 3-on-3. Remember, Navi came into this with a compromised setup. The UMP for Boomich is still there. He's had an auto shotgun before. Now, the orb's being left towards long. That's for post-plant. I would say you can throw that orb out the map if you so wish, but they're going to focus on rifles just to get themselves on the bomb site here. Good start for Electronic, trying to bait in Zeus, who's good for a kill here. Absolutely. Maybe even both of them. Nice setup from Navi. Really well played. Didn't overcommit. All stood together. Good crossfires enabled there and great information gathered. And this could be the eco for the last round now for Team Liquid. It's round 14. They're currently sat on an average of maybe $3,000 per player. So you want to, I think they'll get 2 hero AKs here. Naf and Stewie have 5k between them, so maybe a couple of AK-47s with pistols. I think that'd be enough. They've gone for Deagle armor. I feel like a bit more investment could have been taken there, but either way, it's fine. There will be 3 Desert Eagles, P250s, and nothing for Nitro, and just 1 flashbang with the objective, I assume, to get the bomb down. I would have liked at least 1 AK here, but that's just me.
Little lob nade, I thought, maybe on the jump.
Oh, the wallbang will do.
Go for it. Flamey, yeah, absolutely. Twist goes down as a result of it. Wow, it's a good way to start it off. Great round by Simple, and now we find ourselves looking at 7-7 as Flamey finds his second on a wall bang. He is loving it. Call him the Carpenter because he is nailing that board.
The Carpenter.
It's better than the Cleaner, okay, Cajun B?
Yeah, that wasn't the best, most glamorous name we ever gave out.
It was a glamorous photograph, though.
Yeah, that's true. Oh God, no, it was a beautiful photo, actually. I loved it. Either way, round 15, like we said, bit of an eco there, but what a wallbang from Flamey. Enjoying those. He got 2 of them in the round. That's nuts. There we go. Who will take the leader half? It's Navi that really have come online. I thought they were going to get trounced here on Overpass. So fair play. Like they've given themselves a fighting chance to actually win this second map. 7-7 round 15. Krieg out for Elige, of course, one of the early adopters of the weapon. Mac 10 for Nitro. Up against 5 helmets. That's not going to be ideal, but you can throw him in first and see what he's able to do. It'll be Elige that explores towards shore first, though. Smoke to cover him and allow him to boost onto sandbags, I'd assume. Indeed, that's what's going to happen. You can look towards heaven. You can see all sorts, really. They've got no idea. What a great play that is. Enough stun now for Liquid. They can slow it right down. Not before taking a bullet to the head, though. Flamey gets it. Right at the temple of Elige as he fades away. And at this point, Liquid just trying to bait out grenades, Matt. They just want to make sure they can do whatever they can to soften up the defense. They've got a man advantage already, but let's buy some time. Let's run out their smokes, their incendiaries. Let's bleed out whatever they have before we make our final move.
Flamey, quick check on the other side of the wall. Nitro with the Mac 10. Getting closer and closer to the B site. Round 15, he's first for a reason. It's the SMG. Amy's already on the move. It's going to put 3 players on A. Bomb's going back over toward Monster, however. This might be to the benefit of Team Liquid, especially if they can get that Mac 10 to cause some damage. But Boomich not going to budge. He peeks out, finds 3 kills in the round. Bomb down. Stewie has to go back for the bomb, and Nitro better go now if he wants to lurk. He's going to have to be an element of surprise. Electronic still there. Will get sprayed down.
Wow.
AK and handle, but they know bombs on B.
They do, and if they can deny it now, this would be everything. You can full defuse this, that's it. There's no way Nitro can do anything about it. It is going to be 8-7.5. Navi looking much stronger than I thought. It was not looking good going into Overpass. This is Liquid's pick. They normally look much stronger on their T side, but I have to say, Boomich impressed me in that B bomb site. We find ourselves splitting the difference right down the middle, 8-7, and can we go to a third? That is the question mark, and it'll be answered after this break.
Stop it, the sound of music.
back in, win a few clutches, and take the lead by one and only one round against Liquid, who now start out their defense. Remember, they've not played each other on land, but Liquid last year had something like a 73% win rate on this map on land, so you'd still kind of side with them, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would say Navi have done a good job to make it 8-7, but remember that was their CT campaign. Liquid now on theirs, we'll see who wins the pistol here. Navi have actually looked very good in the pistol rounds, I have to say. Great work there as they send 3 players through the connector. We've got Stewie 2K on the railings at short. Very slow round from Navi. That's what they've been known for over the years, especially with Zeus at the helm. We've got one smoke, Molotov, and looks like a B finish there. We're just clearing out B complete. This is such a common position for Stewie, though. I feel like, yeah, they're going to check that one. The flash was designed to take him down. He's had so many highlight moments from that position alone, and Swiss is in a lot of trouble here, Matt. He's going to have to hold off at least a couple of kills. One and stay alive at the very least.
Watch for Zeus to wrap around. Didn't want to commit to it because he knows beyond that smoke none of his teammates can see, so it would have left him in the open. Instead, he's going to back off, back away. Bombs over toward the A site. The 2 on the fake and a quick rotation and escape pattern by Zeus actually makes it a decent fake. And look how passive the CTs are forced to play inside of A as they rotate back in. Overstepping the mark, Simple goes down. Nitro gets the kill. That's before he even emerged at the top of the stairs, which means the entrance far more likely, but they couldn't hit the shots. Boomich was blind. And yet Flamey finds 2. Boomich is safe, and Twist is left. And low HP, mind you, 1 on 4. He could still do this. It is still possible. He hit the shot on Flamey, but Zeus doesn't allow him to go any further.
Great effort there by Twist. The fact he even gets 2 kills is impressive. Enables him to get a deagle this round, just to point that out, which he purchases straight away. Max 7 as well. They're going for the force buy here. Elige with the shotgun. He'll take that towards Connector, presumably. Seen him there before with the weapon. Twist with the deagle. Are they fully investing? He's still got 1900 on him. So he might just be happy with a deagle. And to be fair, you have to remember, the Desert Eagle is a one-shot kill. I feel like a lot of players put too much stock in the armor with the deagle just as a safety buffer. But if you have a Desert Eagle, you're going for 1 deags anyway, right? You're firing off 1 shot. The idea is you're not taking any damage in return. So deagle, no armor, if you're good enough, like Twist certainly is, you can save some cash and just have the Desert Eagle. It's something I've been kind of peddling for a while. I haven't seen the other players really try it out. We'll see if it works for Twist this round. We'll see Stewie again. As I mentioned, a common position for him, and it was certainly checked in the pistol round. Both pistols now for Navi, 9-7. AK's available. MP5 as well for Flamey. There's Electronic. Smoking towards mid. See that land in the bathrooms just to allow them to safely cross over. It's looking like Navi have done their homework here. That was pretty beautiful to watch, the timings. Staying together. This is what we call trade potential, the buddy system.
Never walk home alone. Zeus takes down Twist. Elige, though, sneaking out with the shotgun. It's a very cagey round in terms of weaponry. We might have an MP5 on the map. Shotgun just out of range to get Electronic Youth survives on 36. Boomich will take down Nath. Navi extend the lead to 10. And they put themselves in a fantastic position to perhaps finally win on a map against Liquid in a best of 3, to finally get some overpass played against them and do it successfully. And to maybe see Mirage. I hate hypotheticals, but they are important to mention. Think of what this map could have meant for the series had...
You sure?
Yeah. A bullet been shot rather than a knife swung.
I feel like that's going to be talked about for so long now. Do you remember that moment?
You know, Simple's owed me a knife since like Malmo 2016. Maybe he should have just given it to me then, and then he would have had a better knife in his hand, and it wouldn't have been so dull, and everything would have been fine. So
everything would have been fine.
Should have just sent me the knife when he was supposed to.
Well, Team Liquid won't be able to do much about this one, I'm afraid. They do save a CZ and armor for Stewie 2K, but an eco is on the cards. Nitro 4400. I remember Twists as well, who can afford to buy CZ and armor now because he only got the Deagle before. And it might not seem like much, but these boys, they can make these sort of rounds work. A couple of CZ, some armor there, some smoke, flashes. They can truly stick around. If there's mistakes made, Navi are expecting just USP's armor. Sorry, USP's no armor. Like, they can make mistakes, and a snowball could turn into an avalanche very quickly.
Ooh, timing of that. Electronic got under as Elige was resetting his jump off the sandbags. Neither of them took further action, but that could have certainly been costly. Mind you, there is 2 other players in the B site that would have punished Electronic had he have gone around the corner. He's going it again, though. Look how sneaky and sly he is.
Stewie.
Nath's dead. Elige lined up. Luckily, Twist was there.
Oh, no, he gets the last bullet. Back and forth we go. It looks like Navi have the round, but still, Stewie 2K was behind 2 of them there for so long. Bomb's going to be planted. Elige with nothing. Twist to the Mac 10. It looks like Navi have done enough, but still an expensive round. One more kill would make it a very strong one for Twist and co, but looks like this has been shut down. Simple to close things out with the MP5. It's going to be 11-7, but a gun round coming in here, and this will be a true test as to whether Navi can really start the conversation after closing this game out and taking us to a third.
Not only that, but Liquid don't succeed in this round, and it's a massive uphill battle for them. And sure, they were gifted Dust 2, but they still haven't been as convincing as you'd expect for a team that's on the brink of a Grand Slam, that's been so dominant to start off this year. Everything onward from the major. Finally getting over second and finding 4 first-place victories throughout the year, 3 of which are part of the Grand Slam. It's been a heck of a start to the year. And that off the back of how dominant Astralis were last year. But today they haven't necessarily been that team.
Contact play from Electronic towards Monster. He's actually beat the smoke as well. I'm not sure the CDs be aware of that, and this is the sort of shot he thrives in. If he gets ahead of this position, that's why. That's exactly what I'm talking about. 2 kills for him. Now Fly surely can't recover this.
Wow. Electronic with a 3rd, all headshots. Super solid round from him. Simple runs around. That gives Elige back 1. He finds a 3rd. It's Boomich that has to put him down with an A, but the round is on. Nitro, AWP, bomb not planted. You would have expected this to be far more swiftly dealt with.
Yeah, absolutely. Elige somehow gets 3, and if Nitro can bring this down to a 1-on-1 quickly, he'll have a chance. Spots 1. Knows the location of the 2nd as well, but this is still so difficult for him. How does he get the first kill here? Incendiary, just beneath him, just to try and flush them out. He did everything he could there, but with a rifle, maybe. AWP, not so much. Elige with 3, but that's all they get. 12-7, Navi pulling this right back. Money maximum. in terms of loss bonus for Team Liquid here. And like I said, you let Electronic get through positions and choke points like that undetected, you're in a lot of trouble. He nails those sort of shots every single time. A really strong rifle, and speaking of which, that's Elige with 3. The spray down was pretty impeccable as well. And is this a forced buy? Not quite. Going to have partials here with Scouts, CZs. They haven't had a lot of luck in this second half, Team Liquid. Haven't posted a single round. 4-0 down. One of these would be very beneficial if they could grab a CZ round here. Difficult to make it happen on overpass. Normally B stacks is what you'll see, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Pushing off towards shore. Flashbang to go over and set them up.
Flamey starts it. Checks every angle. 12-7. Silent for sure as they sneak underneath. Watch though. Oof. Timing. Elige. Damage. 2 hits. Making it easier. A third. Catches Boomich. That's going to put him down with the hands of Stewie. Pistols just need to find accuracy. Not to panic. Play it smart. Play it swiftly. Bomb down. 36 seconds. Have to recover it. Remember, there's still further damage, but it's just twists to find, and they'll do exactly that.
3 tags of the Scout. It did exactly what it was designed to do. It's not there to find the headshots and find you openers. It's there to weaken the opposition up. When they do commit towards the bomb side, the CZs can seal the deal. Elige landing 3 shots you'd think would be enough, but not quite. Navi hitting absolutely everything here. It's been idyllic for them in the second half, but still, remember, it's Team Liquid, the #1 team in the world right now. On their pick, they should be absolutely fine to at least start getting back on their feet, but they need to do it quickly. They're running out of time here. All for Stewie now. 8 kills to his name. Faster play towards B. They'll be greeted by the AWP of Stewie, which can't hit the shot. That allows them access now. They know it as well. He hits that one. I don't think he did actually. Look like a nade. As incendiaries and Molotovs are thrown back and forth. It's Nafly doing most of the heavy lifting here as twists arise at the scene of the crime. 2-on-1. And Boomich not in the bomb site, and the bomb is down. He does have all the time in the world, and Overpass is one of those maps where you can actually run around and cause the mind games, and there's so many points of access to the bomb sites here, you could really start to sow the seeds of doubt within the minds of Team Liquid here.
Ooh, he's actually got Nav. Like we can actually pull this off. Bomb down B. Nitro's still in window. It's not an ungrabbable situation, and so much time to do it. I think this cements the map. Boomich wins this. I can't see Liquid pulling this off. He's going to take his time because, again, he has that available to him. Nitro's peeking back out, wants more information, but he's got to be sure of himself, especially with the AWP. He doesn't want to get caught at an off angle. Needs to play for the information, and Nitro's backed all the way off, allowing Boomich to walk in exactly where he had been staring for so long.
This is what we're talking about. Overpass allows this. It's such an open map. There's so many points of access. The Molotov, though, just trying to buy himself some time here. Plants, fake plant. That might not be the most intelligent move, but it does actually allow him to get position. He knows he has time to plant. That's actually worked out very well for him. Now it just comes down to the AWP shop. Pistol thrown up, a bit old school there. I like it. Boomich showing his mental fortitude at this stage. We'll see if he can nail the shot, but Nitro, he is just a master of the clutches with the AWP. He didn't blink once at that one. I liked it, though. The fact, if anyone's not aware, the idea of throwing the pistol up on the bomb side like that is to make it look like a bit of utility. It doesn't necessarily resemble one, but it, like, in the heat of the moment, when the pressure's on and you're laser focused in on one position, especially with the sniper, you see an object move like that, it can take your eye off the prize for a second, and it might cause you to miss the shot. But Nitro, an absolute veteran, doesn't let that round slip by. It's one they had to win. Another clutch from him. He's had a fantastic day. Remember, he was the player that won that infamous 3 versus 1, which was show-stopping from him. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get the credit for that one. It's more the talking point of the knife situation. But it was Nitro that actually won that amazing round for them in general.
Absolutely. And had a 4K to follow up against the anti-eco, or rather on the anti-eco, I should say, a few rounds afterwards. Still, though, Navi in control. Damage done to Elige. Oh, and Naf. Good nade. Elige getting very aggressive and not getting anything for it, except an invitation to go back to the site. I say he didn't get anything for it. Excuse me. He did actually find Boomich. So they get one, and he manages to get away. Further damage on a Naf. Nitro just going to swing back in. They'll fall to a more passive position inside of the B site with Stewie down below in the pit. Stacks aren't uncommon. Astralis used to run them all the time. Remember the play where they'd put Zipex on top of the mountain and have 4 players down below him?
The worst ship of Zipex. Yeah, that was a different time. Happier times for all of us, perhaps. But not anymore. Simple with another kill there. And it looks like Navi have found multiple points of access here on Overpass. A couple of kills coming through, 4 versus 3. 35 seconds remaining, but this man is still alive. The young Canadian waiting on the A side. Takes a little bit of damage from the Molotov here. I'm not sure which way this round's going. With 30 seconds remaining, it's a bit of a Navi classic. And looks like it will be the B finish. And is Nitro again to defend? Does he know a player's already snuck through? This is the question mark, and he looks like he's done for here. Navi should have this one tied up. Just need to put the bow on, and Nafly can do nothing about it. 14-8. Twists. 4-1. Can't win this. Has to let it go. In terms of loss bonus, they are going to be sat at maximum after this. They'll be cashed, so he has to save the M4.
Good hold from Twists. And he has to, exactly as you said, get away at this point in time. Knowing he can't be caught from the window either. 14-8. Navi, in regulation, looking the better team again. Big ask from Liquid to turn this around. No money, and the hunt is on. Electronics directly above. I'm not sure Twist is going to be expecting this at all. In fact, I was going to say we're not even going to see him on the screen. We didn't. He sneaks in. Gun gone, and perhaps the map as well. Mirage is third if needed.
14-8 counter-terrorist timeouts. We'll see if there's going to be a chance of a comeback here. It's not looking good, though. Mirage almost certainly required at this point. 14-8. So pick your poison moment. You got $3,000 per player. You either fully invest now and try and trail 7 clean rounds on the CT side. Well, having a look at it, I get a bit more inside than you guys. We have got a full purchase coming in. A FAMAS for Elige. CZs for Nafly and Stewie. Twist for the FAMAS as well. Nitro yet to buy at $3,000. 1 round for map points. And that unfortunately didn't help out Navi before. Can they close this one out? Max 7 for Nitro. 2 FAMASs, 2 CZs, no kits. Bare bones utility. And a difficult one for Liquid to pull off. But if ever there was a team to do it, they would probably be in that conversation.
Electronic. He'll look through the short pipe. Twist's going to get aggressive as well. Goes up past Sandbag, so a very forward stance. Toward B. There you go. Fully blind. Stewie even thinking they might open the door. That's the slowest reload in the world on the CZ. He gets a kill, and Twist is able to come out and bail him because he was a vulnerable target trying to get the reload in on the CZ. As Flamey tries to attack back, finds one. Dink on the second. Twist finds the kill instead, however, and that brings Nitro out, and they can combine for the damage onto Simple. Just Boomich remaining, and he has been the man of the map so far for Navi. Behind enemy lines as well, it might catch them off as he gets Naf. Just signals to Elige where he is, and it's 14-9.
And they've recovered 3 AK-47s. That didn't come right down to the wire, stealing the round away. They had a convincing one there with a push towards shore. Great synergy. The crossfires from the connected door, the push offshore, the CZ gameplay from Stewie as well, and the Mag 7 swing from Elige. Fantastic work. This is Twisted that FAMAS as well. They had absolutely nothing in this fight, but they took everything from Navi. They denied map point. Money now is a bit of a question mark for Navi. They've got plenty of it, but Simple's only just left spawn. Like, he was wondering whether he needed to get the AWP. He purchased it right at the last point, and his teammates will control middle. But this game is still on a knife's edge. They still need to find 2 rounds on the T side of Overpass. Remember, a new team here with Boomich coming in. Against the world's best, this could definitely still fall apart. Shadow advantage there for the CTs as he walks in. He spots a couple, though. That's a kill, surely, but Elige has just been so sharp today. I can't believe the shots he's been hitting.
going to be Elige. Try to get back out. Watch for Simple. Smoke down. He's going to protect Zeus, who wants to march up and get far closer to the action. Bathroom position for both Elige and Naf. No one out front to swing. Instead, though, they walk directly in front, not expecting Elige to be there. And again, he's protected, or is he? Naf goes down. Simple won't go any further with it, but Electronic is sneaking in from long, and that could catch Elige off. In fact, he doesn't seem to be aware at all that he's there. HP is so low on the Navi side, but they've got oh, look at Simple. It seems so obvious that in 2-on-2 they'd have to be on the A site. He's gone back around the map to B.
I don't know which way this one goes. It's 20 seconds remaining, and he doesn't know the B bomb site's clear. His teammate has to try and do something towards that A site. He currently makes his way in towards A. This next kill might decide. If Electronic can find one, which it looks like he will, that could be enough. 1 versus 1, but Twist knows it's going to be a B plant. He's on his way already. Not his first rodeo, but he's up against one of the world's best here.
Oh, yeah. And look at him. AWP aggressive. That is so simple every time. He's never going to sit and wait. Forget the low HP. He's got an op. He's going straight down your throat.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Map points. Mirage. Almost a certainty now. It's going to take so much from Liquid. 6 rounds in a row. As we'll see, once again, the FAMASs, the CZs, and Elige did everything he could there. He couldn't ask for more, but when Simple, Electronic alive in a 2 versus whatever situation, there's always a chance, there's always a conversation, right? That it's a very Simple-esque play, pushing forward, even though he had no HP and a chance to fall back to a more advantageous position. He still gets the shot. The unpredictable position works out for him, and we'll be boosting towards that connector now. We are going to see multiple boosts. One in connector, one outside B as well. So really strong arms in that side of the map. Smoke down, bit of a one-way for Elige, and you can see I was just turning off the X-ray there to show you the little vision you get when that position is being used.
Doing all that he can with the CZ Elige. Oh, that flash. Just demoralizing, but Nitro was there the whole time at long. Elige goes down. Simple with a great shot, considering he's the second player on the wide peak. Nitro not able to respond on that, and Flamey from the front of the site will instead. Bomb dropped, Simple down. Naf stuck in the corner, however, but they're playing it very well off of each other as Twist able to take aggro, and Naf closes it out. Not done yet. 15-10, looking for overtime again.
They can do this. A team like Liquid, they know it's 5 rounds on a CT side of overpass. That's not a big deal. They can make this happen. They just need a financial base first. They haven't had that throughout this second map. Nitro, strong as ever, gunning them down. It's been a fantastic series so far in terms of the spectacle. Some of the moments that have gone down here, some historic ones, I would say, as we get into an eco situation. And it's not simple with the hero AK-47. It'll be Boomage. Like you said, he's been the man at the moment. Simple has got himself Deagle armor. He keeps purchasing up. What is going on here, Matt? They're running around in spawn, dropping weapons. Not really sure which way they're going with it. The eco, I think, either way next round. But still, there was an AK for Boomage, and Simple ran back to buy Deagle armor as well. They've got no grenades. I feel like this Deagle armor on your AWPer might not be the best investment, but you never know with this dude. Nothing ever seems to make sense. He's probably going to find a 1D any second at this point, and we'll all be using our words. Nothing found just yet.
Still, though, they wait. Smoke down on short, and they'll get inside of construction. Smoke on Monster as well. Zeus waits outside of that. Counter boost, Simple spotted. Oh, it takes further damage. And angrily fires back. Boomich got tagged down to 13 in the process as well. Twist nearly catches a chance. So one gun and it's in the hands of Simple. I don't think that surprises anyone.
Yeah. That's 5 players towards Monster. There's a chance they can do something with this, but Twist with the burst and the bait and switch from Stewie 2K. Looks like it's all under control. USB to close them both out. Not quite, but as good as. Nice round. Now just 4. That gap starts to close every round they pick up. Remember, that was the eco, but that expenditure in the last round, I'm really not a fan of it. Zeus now at 1900, Simple 3100. Matt, we just said that. If he didn't buy the Deagle armor that round, they've got AK armor grenades on him. That's $1,700 he gave away on a round they didn't really have a chance to win. Those rounds, those hero AKs, they're designed to cause damage in the future. You've actually damaged yourself now because you have to take another eco. I don't think it would have been the best buy either way, but there would have been at least AKs out, as this could be another round on the board for Liquid here. Incendiaries induces for the T-steps. Elige actually takes a lot of damage at the start from Boomage. It will cost him his life. Early advantage and a rifle gathered in this partial buy with Deagles and pistols. Good shot from Nitro.
Good position to be in. Yep, absolutely. Top of the stairs, Flamey down very quick. Now we're back around. Bomb still in the hands of Zeus. Deployed in Nitro. It's the one who has to teeter lightly on the inside of it. He'll put out one to support the position of Nav.
Oh,
triple.
Here we go. A triple. A nasty one of that.
Oh, is it though? How does Nitro see that?
I don't know.
They've never played each other on land on this map, and somehow he looks above it and sees him at the tree. He must have just saw him at the top of his scope.
Simple was about to pull the trigger as well. He was ready.
He was. He was setting it up. You could absolutely see it.
Oh my god. We need to see it from the POV of Nitro. I can't believe he gets that kill. It looked like the perfect boost. It was the solution to that problem. They would have got an opening kill. They all commit. Everyone's there. But no, they did get this opening. Oh, was that a headshot on his TV? I didn't catch that.
I want to see this from Nitro's side.
I have to. Oh, we do. Brilliant. Nice work, guys.
He's actually looking there. He's actually straight up checking it.
I can't see it in the slow motion.
I can barely see it.
I didn't see it.
It's a dark round figure behind very dark green leaves. That was impressive. Nitro knows that exact angle. And you said we hadn't seen the practice with Boomich. Apparently they have.
Yeah, they definitely have. I've seen some great timings here, great synergy. Navi have been practicing this map a lot with Boomich. It actually looks really strong for them.
But to the point, Nitro's obviously seen that they've used that because he countered that perfectly.
That's a good point. I've never seen anyone that aware of a boost like that. Overpass is the coolest map in the game for those kind of boosts. But for him to even have the awareness that boost could be a possibility, not only that, to land the shot against Simple of all the players in the world, that is such a weird moment, but one I absolutely love and welcome every single time. Money available now for Navi as Elige. Not known to be the sniper, well, unless it's a scout, of course. He'll be using the orb this time, and Twist, he's got himself a kill towards short. Nice movement, great smokes and flashbangs, and that's got them an early lead. It cost him 75 points of health, and rightly so, he will fall back. No utility here for Navi. This could be another overtime scenario, Matt.
The other aspect of knowing that that boost exists is that it's a triple boost. So even if Nitro goes down, if he's that aware that it can occur, he's going to know exactly where it came from. You can use utility to delay a lot toward long as a result. So just having the awareness that that's in their arsenal is huge on its own, but Nitro will continue on good form by finding Boomich, and immediately they retreat. He'll find a much tighter angle, not be able to see the player in front of the bathrooms when he gets Simple down inside of them, and bomb drop to Elige, cuts out Flamey, and 15-13 looking likely with just Zeus left in what is a 1-on-5.
They did such great work at the start of this half. They were 5-0 up in the second half, Navi. They got themselves a touching distance at map point. There was a rebuttal from Team Liquid, back and forth, but Navi got themselves to map point. But now, 4 in a row for the North Americans. It's 15-13. Money is in the proverbial bin for Navi at this point. One round will take us to 15-14. There'll be one gun round left for overtime. If it goes down 2-0 in favor of Liquid in this sort of fashion, it's got to be one of the most disastrous outcomes for a team ever. But still, Matt, like we said, no one's been knocked out of the tournament here. If it was like a semi-final game, it went down like this, like that would be like monumental. But still, it had so much weight on the tournament here. This matchup is huge. Navi versus Team Liquid in a best of 3, and some of the things we've seen, the unspeakable things that have gone down so far, have just made it one of the greatest games of the last month or so. It's been so good to watch. Fast B play coming in.
Now swinging back around, Twist gets both, make it a third and a fourth. Very clean and very quick. It's the last round again, what seems to be somewhat deja entendu at this point in time.
Oh my God.
Because we could be forcing out overtime once more in this series.
I actually don't want to see it at this point. I just for the hearts of Navi, like they'll be so broken after this. It felt like it was done. Right? It was like, okay, right, we're going to see Mirage. There's not even a question anymore. But of course, Liquid have answered back with 5 of their own, and they have the advantage going into round number 30. There's only minimal grenades for Flamey and Boomage. They do not have an AWP up against double snipers now, Stewie and Nitro. If they get to overtime, they remain on the CT side, and I dare say they would have the advantage if they got to that point. They've got to get there first. Anything can and will happen in Counter-Strike. It doesn't matter if it's 5 Glocks, no armor, that can still win a round.
Electronic inside is short. Reflection jump is a possibility, but he knows that Nav's firing from the ground, so it's not like he's going to get an advantage in the shot or the peak.
Oh.
Rotation back towards spawn. Simple will at least grab the bomb. Boomich. Gonna join with him. Flamey. Those are the 3 out toward long. Toward Monster. Electronic and Zeus will go through short. Smoke down, buying some defensive time. 30 seconds, that's a lot. A lot with a flash, but Twist only gets 1. Simple gets him back in time. Had Twist found multiple in that position with the time as it is, it might be a bigger problem. Instead, though, it's Navi finding all of the kills and perhaps the map. It's 1 versus 4 as Nitro collects on Electronic, but bomb is planted. Low HP or not, Flamey collects the kill, and Navi gets 16-14.
It works out for them in the end. It was arduous, it was labored, but they get over the finish mark on Liquid's pick there of overpass. Had it gone to overtime there, I feel like Liquid would have closed it out, but they get it. It's a convincing finish as well. Nitro unable to win out in the 1 versus 4, and we go into map number 3. What a great series it's turning out to be. You're not going to want to miss this final map as we take it to a break.
Understand you can't hurt me. Dickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like the twerk scene. Lady, show me what it first be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, even your best friend could go and develop a new twerk scene. Army with me like Xerxes. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Understand you can't hurt me. I got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple dickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like the twerk scene.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport. It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
They still don't understand, but soon they will.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
I am the greatest!
wanted to become a manager in English football.
In science, he had the lowest grade possible.
His thoughts were elsewhere, I think.
Every day, football. He drank too much Coca-Cola and Pepsi Max.
His favorite is taco.
I think he preferred just to play Counter-Strike, I think.
What it takes? Sign up now for the Vodafone 5G ESL Mobile Open. Qualify for the grand final at Milan Games Week.
This is Game Fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
time we were watching that first half, I was telling Chad, like, Liquid should already have enough T rounds here. If you have a good CT half, the game's over.
Yeah, it felt like they'd already done the hard work, right? But when that's not the case, and Navi, a team who are notorious for tilting, considering the circumstances that we've just seen them under, obviously something has changed here, right? For them to be able to come back and stay in this game and then get a commanding lead, and then the comeback from Liquid starts again, and then they're still able to close it out before getting to overtime. So all of that as a storyline is impressive, and then Simple still being able to continue being the highest rated player for his team. Again, you know, you would be, if you did what happened in an alternative universe.
Yes, exactly.
This
with
could
emotions and, ability to get stressed.
That's the rest of us problem, right? Simple doesn't have that. But there's another world where this is a 2-0, this is done, and we're moving on to the last series of the day, right? So if they go forward now and they lose the series 2-1, that is actually a worse feeling, I think, for Navi than if they were to lose it 2-0, right? Like, because they would have felt like they just threw their map. But this way, they've clawed back into it. They know they should have won the first map, and now if they lose on the third, that's going to sting.
Thing is, though, on the other side of it, like I said, on the Liquid side, like you were setting up there, this is a question mark for Liquid, because again, they're not just looking at this match. They're not looking at this tournament only, even though they want to win the million, they want to win ESL on Cologne. They're trying to become an all-time great team, have an era, be that. So if your home map, like I looked it up here, they have only lost this map this year 5 times. They've won it 18 times.
Including today?
Yes, including this one here. But the 5 times they've lost, it's to other teams with a history on the map. So that's the problem. When Astralis played even the great nuke teams, they always beat them. They always found a way to even win the close game, the tight game. That's why they were unbeatable, basically, in best of 3 almost. Liquid, that's the thing. What is it that is holding them back? If they're so good on this map, why aren't they able to get that extra bit of dominance?
Just to add a little bit of flavour to, they are so good at this map. Chad, there was a lot of things you were kind of talking to me in the green room about in the terms of way Liquid can make their T side. They did have an abundance of T rounds, as Duncan outlines, and one of the reasons you suggested was due to them not needing to use so much utility to get some of that map control.
Yeah, they're very thorough in dealing with those pushes over towards A, and then the bathroom section of the map, which is normally one of the hardest parts to take, they normally take that with really efficient trading, right? Because if they go bang, bang, trade, they have 3 players able to snowball onto the site and you have to rotate. So that's something
that to have all those skilled players, right?
And that's one of the key parts. In a lot of those rounds that got gritty and there were 4 spies, there was Famises and CZs and shotguns, when that was all working, Liquid would pick off of each other, right? It's like, I think I heard someone explain it as a beehive. I think it was MBK, right? They just keep stinging, like someone's from a different direction. And it's similar, play style that you saw working for them in the grittier rounds. I honestly think, and this is something coming into the tournament with the Org nerf, right? And the Krieg staying where it is, that the CT sides, I think we're going to see a dip over stats unless there's some other adjustments where the CTs are not getting as many multi-kills in certain positions, because you could take Jules with the Org before, or you'd get multi-kills before that you wouldn't have gotten previously.
There's also another change as well, Chad. Is like, when I'm thinking in my mind, they should close this CT half out. Well, that was pre-nerf. Like, that's the old scenario where they would be getting aggressive, taking up those positions, getting all those kills. If you run into Alicia's cross, he's going to get 3 kills if you go on that site. It's a different world now, though.
It is a different world, and we have a really quite exciting opportunity. Mid-series, it does sound like Simple has agreed to do an interview. Let's check in with the champ before we get into our third map.
All right, I've got the man of the hour here with me. I've got Simple. You might know him as Sasha. What we also do know is there's this little map, Sasha. It's called Dust 2. And on Dust 2, it got to about 15 to 11, and then this thing happens. You want to talk me through that?
Yeah, I mean, we told ourselves that we need to play more maps, and after I saw that we had 15, I was like, we need more maps. We need more maps for sure. So yeah, just gave them some round, so they'll have better chance to win. But now it's 1-1 again. We're playing third map. Feels good.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely find yourself now going to a third map. Obviously, it could have been a 2-0. Regardless of all that, I kind of want to talk to you about Boomich and the situation that he's in. Because, see, there's a quote where he's talking about he has to do some of the calling, or he's maybe giving some insight into calling. Can you tell me some more about that?
Yeah, he gives Zeus a lot of ideas, especially against anti-force or when they have double op setup, because he used to be in game leader in his previous team. So he has many ideas and he helped us a lot. So we have one more player, like me, Alex, Zeus, and Boomich, all of us just trying to help each other.
Trying to kind of come together. Look, man, last map of the series here. This is it. This is for the whole thing. We're going to Mirage. What can you tell me?
It's going to be a good game. On third map, yeah. Gonna be GG.
All right, GG. Easy cat cup, perhaps. Anyway, go ahead and catch up with your team. I'll catch you later. Back to you guys in the studio, Alex.
Oh my goodness. Simple just wanted to play more maps, Duncan.
He really has learned the skill of PR and perception management, because what he did there is he took a scenario where it seemed like he messed up the game and flipped it to like, maybe their in-game leader should expand that map pool a bit. You know, if they played Dust 2 a bit more, maybe these sort of things wouldn't happen. So.
Well, expanding the map pool, they will. Mirage up next, Chad. What are our win conditions for a Navi closeout?
I want to see more from Naf in this one. On Overpass, we saw Twist and Liege playing quite well. I think Naf as the go-to third star, step him on up. We've got Nitro and Stewie, they're doing their jobs, but get Naf involved a little bit more here in this one. Could be the Liquid 2-1.
Expecting the North Americans to fly that flag. And Navi, for you, am I sensing a little bit of belief now after that interview?
It has shaken me a little bit because they could have been 2-0'd here. Like, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of losses for Liquid. I'll say Navi does it. I'll say they win 2-0, and Simple is the hero of the game as well. There we go.
Okay, well, let's jump in. Navi versus Liquid. Let's see how this one plays out. Third map of just our first day. Navi and Liquid locking horns. It's been dramatic. It's over to Henry G and Sadakis to guide you through.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, absolutely. It's time to get back into it, and Mirage is where we end up. Liquid have played this map many times over the history of the team, and many times it's been heartbreaking, less so with this roster than the others in the past. But the odds have come far more even since the beginning of this series, certainly since we were on Overpass, and for the first time in a while, the first kill on the pistol goes the way of Navi. Not that the pistols haven't been falling in their favor, they're even so far, but they haven't got the opening kill every single time. Bomb still gets planted for Liquid. Nitro dropping onto 15 will get out of the window because he can't hold it any further. In fact, he will get Simple. And the battle inside of the kitchen and checkers both going in the way of Navi, or excuse me, of Liquid, meaning Boomage is left for Navi in a 1-on-4. Make it 3 as he gets the low HP player, but I don't imagine this goes too much further without a kit in his back.
I think you might be right there. Boomage will have his work cut out for him, that's for sure, trying to find any kill he can at this point. There was one available there, does damage to 2, but unfortunately it will be Liquid winning out the round there. It's going to be the B-bomb side, their main focus. Nitro with 2, and we'll see now if Navi will force buy in response. We'll see now. As that comes through as the replay, Zeus. Nice shots coming through, but even better from Nitro. Great work here with the Glock. Close range, of course, nailing it. He really has come into his own. This guy can do it all. AWP, rifle, and pistol. As we enter the next round, let's confirm whether this is going to be the force buy. As it is going to be. It's 5-7s, CZs. Stewie 2K finds the first. Down to 52. Remember, full investment here from Navi. You don't have to fully commit off this. 1 minute 20 on the clock. 2 smokes remain on the CT side. AK for a Liege. Now Fly in the Palace position with the Galil. Molotov's thrown in, and Flamey, that's a nice peek from him, greatly timed, and at this point now Fly trying to pull one back, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Boomage has to deliver with the sniper here.
Scout is not going to work out this time. It has had certainly an impact throughout this series, certainly in the second round. It's typically when we see it now, it doesn't have the prowess of being the jump scout of days gone by, and the force buy more justifiable. But early on, it still is substantial, and so too this round, as it's just a 1-man advantage for Liquid. Bomb planted again, but watch for Simple sneaking in because he can tap away with this. He's at 75. Knows now there is a gun down, but Naf is quick to turn and watch the mark to make sure that he can't go that far, leaving us with just Zeus, who has, mind you, an AK-47, the best of the 3 rifles. That means Liquid. Okay, they're going to go 2-0, sure. Bomb plant down again. That's all good. Except that they only have 2 Galils left, and the AK's in the hands of Zeus, who now finds Twist. It's a bit of a win for Navi in that way.
Oof, you are right.
Well, I know, Henry.
Yeah, you're always right. You're always right. But
I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm doing this.
In this particular instance, you are. The fact that he's got so many kills there and they've saved the AK there is a fighting chance, and there might be something to be said about this round. Now, are you tempted to invest any more than what you have right now? It's an AK-47 armor, flashbang HE, all they're going for it. Yes. So that question be answered. M4 has been dropped. Zeus had the money to do it, and that means 2 rifles and an MP7 for Flamey. I like this. This is cool from Navi. Like, I don't think it's the expected move at all, and it's one of those rounds where Liquid think they're up against just 1 rifle and USPs, and all of a sudden you got Simple on an M4A4. This could be enough to win a round, but the star player he'll be dropped at the very first instance. It's going to be Nafly to take him down. And at that stage, they can confirm at least the rifle's been dropped. The second found, though, that's Zeus. Great games from him today. Been playing a very smart game of Counter-Strike. Alige making his way towards the bathrooms, but it will be Twist in towards that Palace position, taking down Flamey, just waiting for any sort of reactions at this point. 4 versus 3. Zeus 37 points of health, gives the AK to Electronic, and Boomich, not really much he can do about that. Nice patience from Alige.
Now work the front of the site. Twist goes down, but Electronic is stuck in the corner. It's jungle, and Stewie was able to shot because his teammate had snuck out toward the site directly, not able to go for an immediate trade. Alige sneaks in behind on the flank either way, and it's now Liquid again with the rounds. So despite losing that AK early on to Zeus, Zeus doesn't seem too bothered. Quick little shrug. It's all good, man. We're going to win this game anyway. 3-0 still for Liquid.
Well, it wasn't the worst call. I actually liked it a lot, to be honest. I think that was a really nice idea. It's early on in the game, and you've already just taken them down their own map. Why not give that force bite a little go? We are just going to see Deagles now there. The loss bonus racking up. It's not a big deal. They've got Deagle armor 5-7s. Nitro with the first kill. Again, I should add, as he takes down Boomich there, and it's going to be 2 smokes remaining on the CT side, but full mid control granted for Alige as he makes his way towards that connector. Flamey with a slight gap towards the underpass here. We are going to see if there is a chance of the Deagle shot. Ali doesn't seem to think so. He will be dropping him through the smoke, and no one has to panic at this point. He can just hold up. They are going to be swinging around and trying to trade out these kills. You need to be very aware of it. And it looks like Alige might walk into Simple's crosshair. Spotter though, what a shot that is. Nice work. 5-on-1 Electronic. Absolutely no chance. It is going to be 4-0 Team Liquid here. And remember, it's so funny, man. You just go back to it. Obviously, like, it's impossible to even suggest this would have gone down in the same manner. But had Navi have won that round at 15-11 on Dust 2, they get a 2-0 Team Liquid just now. Like, it was a convincing victory on Overpass. They might have won in regulation. They could have 2-0'd it. Now finding themselves in the third map, 4-0 down. We are going to have AKs across the board on the Team Liquid side. Simple AWP. Where does it head towards? It's the A bomb site for now. Could go for the Palace pick. Had a really decent spawn. Going to be jumping across to check the A ramp, seeing whether there's any sort of activity there at the very back. No one to be spotted. It's the B assault here from Team Liquid. Full on rush map. Flashbangs aplenty, and in they go.
In they go, and down they fall. I say that for only a moment. Alige manages to get one back, and Nitro gets Zeus as well. Watch for Simple. Through the window, through the smoke. Stewie 2K is gone as a result of it, and he will play a very clever angle on the backside of the smoke. The stairs as well. A good jump and movement from Electronic to join Boomich. Newest additions on Navi. Not that Electronic's new by any means. Oh, tap from Nitro. That is beautiful, and he knows the second player's there as well. It's a one-on-one, though, and bombs down in the apartments. Electronic may not be aware of that because he doesn't need to face this. He doesn't need to take the fight, and Nitro has a very awkward situation of needing to get on the barrel just to go up. Clears the fact, he's not peeking him when he does. The reload was coming in. Still Nitro finds it on the kill alone. Quite clearly, they were unaware, Navi, that the bomb was in the hallway.
1 versus 1, and Nitro continues to look unstoppable here on Mirage. Liquid will find themselves up against the maximum loss bonus of Team Navi, but on the CD side, it'll only get you so far. They'll invest into the round, not fully. There's just the UMP and some Kevlar there purchased. Is Nitro getting it done? That shot of Boomich was wonderful, and then the 1 versus 1 here, spraying it out. What a great play from him. So timeout here. First from Navi for masses. I was about to say they're not investing too much, just some UMPs to keep that money strong. Flamey has gone pretty much all in. Now on the T side, Matt, you can get away with that, right? Because you have the chance to get a glow armor, you've got maximum loss bonus, you get the bomb down, you're still going to fall by next round. CT side, he's gone all in on a FAMAS, diffuse kit, and armor as well, while his teammates have not. So if they don't win this round, he won't be getting much more than the 3,400, and that will mean he'll have a very similar buy going forward. So you better hope he finds a couple of kills with that FAMAS here. This is a gamble from him. A lot of money invested, just down to 250 there. He has got the kit though. Suggests he's playing for the win of this round. The fact he spent $400 just on the kit and no utility, he wants to give them a fighting chance. And that's not bad at all. That's a good way to do it. Opening kill on Alige. Estrella smoke towards top of middle, yields a frag, and maybe even a rifle as well. Electronic steals an AK, so that FAMAS really working out for them early on.
Zeus down below. It'll work on getting closer to Twist. Oh my goodness. Oh my dear. That's how it's done, simple. You don't need a knife, just take the shot. Closes the distance. Nitro gets Boomich back. It's the advantage, though, to Navi on that alone. And Nitro goes over toward B with the AWP. He's not completely in vain. He's got two teammates with him, and they'll try to find Electronic. Great little off angle for him, but he gets closer and deeper in as his teammates arrive, and the smoke will make contact with Nitro. That is a very audible cue.
Certainly is. Nitro joined by his teammates, but not for long. Stewie 2K was the one to approach the situation first as the bomb dropped. CT's to rotate over. 4 versus 2 now. Some great shots from Nitro required. He's been hitting them all day long. Another one required just to even get a plan here. Nice Molotov to flush out of Simple and co. But the Deagle will close things out here. It's the first on the board there for Navi. 5-1. They do manage to keep 3 players up and salvage 2 AK-47s though, so that's going to be very beneficial going forward. They need to maintain it though, need to start building up their own bank of rounds here. 1 or 2 is not going to be enough on the CT side. You're aiming for 7 or 8 to be honest on the CT side of Mirage. Boomich not quite on the same level he was in the previous round. 1-6 right now, but very early days. Smokes towards A at the start. This could be the double pump. Like, we've got such early smokes in the bomb down in T-spawn. This will just be them trying to bait out utility. I think that's exactly what's happened at this point. They'll fall back. So they have smoked off, as you can see, towards the steps and the jungle, and just to try and bait out whatever the CT's had on the other side. And that actually could have worked out. You can see there's only 1 smoke remaining, but there are incendiaries. So they haven't rid of everything at this point, but at least it was a nice idea. There's still enough for an execution if they wish to go back into it.
I'll go back around with the bomb toward A. Minute 16. No picks, no damage, not even any utility thrown in either direction. Sometimes you'll see a bit in middle at this point in time, at least. Now slow the pace. 5-1 for Liquid. Smoke's over. Full execution this time. No question, no doubt. 5 there. Boomich has an angle. Boomich has room, but he can't get the shots. He can't get them to land at all. And in fact, Nap and Nitro do all the damage. Flamey goes down after in which Electronic was found. Boomich is smoked off, has to back away. Nades. Oh, goodness me. He knows his angles. Threw the smoke perfectly to the doorway, and Naf gets tagged to 2, but that's not enough because bomb's planted, and Stewie knows they're going to be trying to back out of this. There's no way they'll try and go back in against 5, so he goes hunting early on.
And he can. He's got the Galil. That's a weapon that's disposable at this stage. I don't necessarily need it, and he'll be hunting for whatever's available to him towards his B apartments, or as the barments, as we like to call them. We'll see now.
That's just you.
You were doing it much more than I was towards the end of Katowice. He'll get another. That's a lovely shot. Takes Zeus down. M4. I would say that's enough. Go for a wallbang, sure. That's true Stewie style. But with 30 HP, I think just take that and run. Don't even risk it. And that's a very smart play. Nice work by Stewie. Took down the rifle, upgrades his Galil to an M4 for free, gets himself another $300, stays alive, and removes money from the Navi bank account. So that's great. Electronic will purchase the AWP for Flamey, who must have a very good spawn. Let me check it out. He actually doesn't right now, but he's got a double orb setup. Okay, that makes more sense. So there's enough there for Simple to get the secondary orb. We are going to have the top of mid smoke come through once again. We'll see if it lands just as effectively, and it certainly does. Spot on. So it won't be pushing up this time. It's just going to be there to bait out utility on the T side as they actively work towards that A round. Flamey takes a lot of damage though due to utility. He could be taken down here. What a conversion that is. Now Fly out of the palace and make sure he gets towards Shadow as well. Electronic's going to find this kill, but he knows he has to find another as Nafly being such a nuisance, but not for long. Advantage back to Navi.
Back to Navi. Boomich. Holding steady in the window. Smoke down a... They've got Simple on the AWP as well to watch at CPL. Oh, and he looked away when Stewie snuck in, and that was just enough to throw off the aim. Grabs the gun and gets away. Boomich backs off. Concedes window, and he'll have to hold the hard way. Meanwhile, Palace is still held by Electronic, and we know how powerful that is. If he can get them in a triangle, if he can peek at his control, then the swing from Boomich at spawn is still going to be almighty. And the bomb works its way in the hands right now of Elige. Boomich is going to go early, in fact. Oh, a little bit desperate.
But that's enough, though, because remember, he's just baiting an electronic here towards that Palace position. Sure, Boomich didn't get the kill there, but he's shown presence, and they'll be aware of that. With 20 seconds remaining, this is uncomfortable for Liquid. That Palace position can be so strong. This time, the wallbang is successful. Their Silence M4 gets it. Nitro, he'll have to just go for this one. It's not going to work out for him at all. Stewie 2K, far too removed from the situation. And, of course, 3-on-1, nothing can be done. 5 seconds on the clock. He'll have to fall back and give in and accept the fact that they'll just take the orb to the next round. Wasn't the cleanest of rounds there for Navi, but they'll certainly take it. That's such a powerful setup there. If you have established control of the Palace position and the bomb site under control from CD Spawn as well, Boomich did such a great job of just showing that presence and buying time, but he did deny the plan in the end as well. The fact he gets that kill is just a bonus. The round was already won at that point for me, but there it is. 2 kills coming through. Wonderful work, and like I said, one of the few players still using that silenced M4, but so far so good still for Liquid as a 6-2 up with another full buy ahead of them. But this with a round that breaks them. So this could be the turning point if Navi can find it.
Nitro, quick shots. Elige will wait. Stewie 2K backing all the way through spawn. Back over toward B, minute 31. Make some noise, perhaps. 4 smokes still in play. Molotovs on 3. Stewie with a flash. Nade and Molotov if he wanted to try and hold off a fake. Zeus will put out early utility toward the B apartments, and Flamey will get back in the window. So even though Stewie has snuck out the bottom side of middle, they haven't done a lot yet to force the hand from Navi. They are slowing it down so as to bait utility. They still have 2 smokes. I was going to say 2 incendiaries, but that changes on a single kill from Nitro to find Simple. Electronic with a good response. Has to back to Shadow, but this is where Stewie strikes. He snuck all the way through Connector before they even found him on the stairs. And it's Nitro to close out the round with Elige.
That is the pincer from hell. Every single kill, every single angle. It feels like there was a Liquid player just ready and waiting, just working off each other and just being such an absolute nightmare to deal with. 7-2, it's Liquid who answer back straight away. Just no momentum built up for Navi at all. There was that orb save in the previous round and Nitro using it to stunning effect in the round going forward. You can see the temperament of Navi now starting to change. In a difficult position here. Money available, but not a lot of it. Boomich will have $2,500, $3K for Flamey. There is a buy there, but I think if you buy into this round at this stage of the game, it's a bit of a statement. You're almost admitting that you're getting to the point of no return. You need this round to work out for you. I feel like they can take the partial here and still have enough to win the game, but it's such a 50-50 call. I don't know which one is the better of the two. I would say the partial, but we'll see if they want to fully invest. There's, I think we saw a max 7 there. Zeus has got it. They don't fully invest, but 1 shotgun's brought out. Sent towards that B-bomb site.
Molotov down. Both in front and behind the triple box. Quick plant mid-site possible. Smokes down jungle would allow it to be so. But they have to watch for Simple, who could swing out from spawn. He wouldn't have a direct line of sight toward the planter, but he could do damage to anyone in the post plant. They won't allow it. They never cross that threshold. They do have to watch for the flank, however, and I think Stewie is positioned to do so. Nav takes a good amount of damage, but still gets away with the kill. Follows it up onto Zeus. Stewie to help him. And 9, excuse me, maybe 9. But for now, 8 rounds looking very likely for Liquid. Anticlimactic compared to our previous 2 affairs.
It's still early days, Matthew. Still early days.
It is day 1, you're right.
Yeah, it's day 1. But I feel like there's enough time. They can get 5-6 on the board. Navi are a team that are more than capable of showing us what can be done here on Mirage. And Boomich not having the stunning performance he did in the first 2 maps, but still plenty of time to bring it back. 8-2, buy available. Simple and Boomich back on the AWPs. Quite exciting the orb potential they have. Boomich, I thought, would be using the orb slightly more once it was brought in. To me, that would make sense, but he seems like to be more of a secondary orb with Flamey, map dependent. It's still Simple that's doing most of the legwork in that department as we get into round 11 here. Nitro waiting for his first opportunity, but Naf will steal it away from him. Boomich goes down. Remember, that's the secondary orb. That's going to be a difficult kill to give away. Look how committed he was as well on those apartments. So that's going to be playing inside your head. When you're having a rough game, as it is, and you've gone for a big play at the orb, he said, I'm going to work a pick towards a B apartment, and you go down with nothing. It can be demoralizing. It can be difficult to recover from that, especially when you're sat at a scoreline like 4 and 9. Stewie 2K boosted up safely. And the round slows right down as it should. Team Liquid understand that the pressure now applies to the CTs. They want to bleed out the little utility they have. They've got 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and more importantly, no kits. Connector control granted for Liquid. This is looking so good for them. You can see it set up towards A ramp with the bomb. 1 player in the window to stop rotations. 2 towards that connector. Should be almost no chance that Navi win this unless Electronic can find multiple kills. Gets 1. Is it going to be enough? I say probably not. Zeus now with a 4-on-1 situation against him. He had a nice idea. He's been doing that all series, you have to say, Matt. He's been going for those long pushes, and he hasn't been part of necessarily the big duels in the fights, where he comes in for the frag in the back, which has turned around on his head. He didn't have the time to do it this round. He was pushing towards B, but his teammates had already been dropped.
So 9 now looks likely. This time I can confirm that, Henry.
You'd be correct. Just the AUG. 1 flash, but 4 players on Liquid surviving. This one, yeah, at this stage with that gun round not even looking too competitive, you start doubting the prospect of Navi being able to take this one. Haven't got anyone really popping off and going for it. At the very top end of the fragging table, Electronic 8 and 9, Simple 3 and 9, Flamey 3 and 10. But Nitro, what a series he's had. 16 and 5 after 11 rounds. He really is leading the charge here. The spearhead of the operation. And Money's still weak on the CT side. Flamey down to just the MP9. Deagle for Simple right now. I'm sure they've got him something else. They haven't. So just going to be taking the partial here with the saved weaponry. Rushing middle, same smokes. This has managed to get them a frag before. Can they do it again? As Electronic towards those mid boxes. They get nothing for it, but maybe shove Liquid into a stack. We'll see.
Nitro. It's on far side of the boxes to see if anyone had snuck up middle and was trying to surprise them. Electronic was the closest one to that position, and he's already back down catwalk toward the B site. Deep smoke comes out late. That'll allow them to wrap onto Cat, Zeus. Been playing very passively toward the window, I have to say. Using the easel to try and look down below. That's where Twisted Stewie want to walk in from. Bomb, top mid. Not often you see it both on the upper and at top mid. Typically it waits a day for the attack to work. But they are going all in on this play. The single man on the offsite is Naf. He waits inside a palace. So I anticipate that this could be an A play. It's just a matter of getting the timing right.
And the CTs have nothing, Matt. If you look at the utility, they actually have 0 to hold off an A push here. If there's any sort of smokes or flashes that are coming in, they can't really answer back at all. There's the Molotov. The flashbang will follow as the players come through the connector, but a shot from Simple gives them a fighting chance. Can he find another? Electronic can. That's 2 from Spawn. They actually take the advantage here. Remember, no utility, and somehow they're making this work. It's Team Liquid now desperately trying to get the plan. Will the wallbang come through? Not attempted here, and Electronic gives up his position as CD Spawn. But that was already known, to be fair. Elige, the common position there, trying to find a kill towards CD Spawn. Not going to happen. And Stewie left with an almost impossible task here. So much to do with 5 HP. Bomb down, but they do not have a kit. But they know he's low. That call comes in. What a shot that is. Oh my God, he knows he's off the bomb as well. He might do this. Electronic, he'll be tested. Stewie, does he go all the way around? With no kit, Matt, I think he's done enough. Even if he kills Stewie now, he won't have enough time in the 10-second defuse.
He saw his shoulder. This is amazing from Stewie. That
so
shot on Flamey was unbelievable. You're right. He did that as fast as he had to. Had to be a headshot. 5 HP. Nails it. That's so well played from Stewie. 10-2. Navi can't buy one at this point.
Yeah, that's a world-class play from Stu. That's really calm. That's really, really good. The fact that he was left on a 3-on-1 there, he reads the situation. He knew the money was low there. He knew it was a mishmash buy at best. They might not have a kit. He hits the shot that really counts. This one here.
All right, everybody. I have Nasty Naf with me right now. He's got a smile on his face because they did just avoid a little bit of an L there on Dust 2. First and foremost, Naf.
Well, Nasty Naf is here with us, Stunner. Thank you very much. We're going to make sure that he stays with us all game. Unlike the first half of Dust 2, he is actually on the board with 10 kills this time. So Stunner confirms it. Thank you so much, Sergeant. It's Nitro that's going to go down first. Simple back on the op. He swings all the way in. Watch out, Elige. Little did he know that he would be that far into the site. And oh my God, he's not done there. Naf down inside of the doorway of the palace. And oh my goodness, the op finally giving Navi a chance in the round. 4-on-2.
That shot from Simple, it's just such a classic play from him, isn't it? Just ducking and weaving around ladders, hitting ridiculous shots, and making it look like it's the easiest thing in the world. 4-on-2. Twists and Stewie, though, certainly capable of bringing it back. A similar sort of duo to Simple and Electronic. We'll see whether they can pull it off. They've got AKs this time. Zeus with a decent position towards the B apartments, but he is low. Now that's got a one and done position, this one, but that would be fine considering he's got 20 HP and he would bring it back to a 3-on-1 situation. This is actually a very good spot from Zeus. This is all he has to do, but if he doesn't get the kill, that's a problem. He's the only player that can really do much about this. 1 kill, round done. That should be it now. Twist, sure, he'll get the trade, but there's no chance. Simple is there at the scene of the crime. So nice positioning from Zeus, and they win only their 3rd round. That's the problem with that, Matt. Yeah, it's a good round, some fantastic work from Simple. They need the 10-5. Like, there's no doubt about it. Nothing else will do at this point. 10-5 is recoverable. 12-3, I would say, certainly not. Let's see whether they can get this next round.
Well, 3rd to 4th, maybe get a 5th. Maybe we get a game. Maybe we get more overtime. Maybe Navi will beat Liquid. Maybe Liquid will go to the playoffs. I'm thinking that seems more likely at this point. Simple. Not when he plays like that. Yet again, he's quick. Elige down top of mid, and a Molotov to force the issue once more. Twist going out toward A ramp. Guess who's going to arrive on the scene? And Boomich knows that Simple wants that space, so why trip over each other? He slides out reverse fire. He does seem to be queuing off his teammates rather well so far for such a short amount of time in which to incorporate himself onto this roster.
That's great work from Nitro. He spotted a pixel as Boomich crossed over towards the site, took him down. But Flamey, this is aggressive. He wants 2 kills out of this one, just ducking and weaving around these smokes. Stewie's in a good position, but not for long. This is such a brawl on the A side, but I think Navi have done enough. Maybe not. Twist needs his kill. 1 versus 1. All 10 players felt like they're on the A side there. Comes right down to the wire, but Navi win the must-win round. Remember, we spoke about this before, though. You only get 3250 on the CD side for winning out through kills. So with the fact that 4 players went down, means that there might be compromises here. There was a bit of residual cash. I think they're okay for the full buy here. Did they find the AWP at the end? That's the question. I think they did indeed. So a couple of things missing is Zeus has a decoy and a smoke. He just had to buy that and accept it. Boomich only has the smoke here. So expensive frags and a fast A push coming in here. And opposite word being fast. Here comes Stewie 2K. Great kill from him. Takes down Boomich. Electronic. He'll answer back, but smoked out. Looking for the gap here. But flashbangs flying through. Will he be able to do anything more before the bomb's planted? I am not sure.
Stewie getting Zeus. Flamey gets Nitro back, though, and it's still the advantage for Navi, but only just, and not with the HP, because Stewie now finds Flamey. It's all onto Simple. He's got the AWP to try and hold off the site. Watch for the fact that the plant comes in, but it's just low enough on the other side of the box so that Simple can't see the shot. See, he shall, though. Simple. He knows Stewie's not the most patient person, and that is an incredibly accurate shot through the edge of the wood. Oh, Naf, he can see him. He can blatantly see him.
What's just happened there?
I don't know what happened to Naf.
I'm looking at it. Was he just looking at him?
That was confusing on both sides.
I don't think anyone knows why this happened there. So now it was a 1 versus 1.
We've got a stop call.
Yeah, okay, something must have happened.
There's nothing that can be done in that situation, unfortunately.
So yes, Simple will still win the round, right? That's how it would go down. Even if Naf has crashed or whatever it was at that point. I'm not sure it's 100%. We're going to take a break now. We'll find out what's happening.
It is halftime break anyway,
exactly.
so let's take
We'll take the break. We'll work out what happened there. We will be right back.
Pick up, I know to be right on. Yeah. Cause no one really gives. Don't look back, I'll keep your eyes on. Long ago. Doesn't matter what it costs. Never gave a shit. Real soul. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around.
Welcome back, 10-5. Liquid on the start. That looked very promising. Navi did make a small bit of comeback toward the end. Unfortunate situation, it seems as though Naf did leg out toward the last round in a one-on-one situation, which may have played very differently. That said, Simple doesn't see him right away, but we get underway. It was so late into the round and so much had happened that hypotheticals cannot be what dictate outcome. And thus, we find ourselves continuing onward. And Liquid, they won't be too disappointed with that, given that it is them in the lead by 5. Mid-take seems to be the name of the game for the pistol round. That said, bombs out toward A main and Simple's inside of Palace. I think you know the wet rest as to where this is going.
I think you might be right. PZ50s available. Zeus makes his way through that connector. First shot comes in. It's Boomich and Flamey landing both headshots at that point. It's going to be incredibly difficult for Twist to hold on here, but his teammates are arriving. Headshots delivered. He spots another one up there towards the balcony. 2 versus 2 now. Such an incredible, difficult shot here. And it will be Twist somehow still alive, trying to do whatever he can to get the hell out of the shadow position. He's got backup from Stewie. That certainly helps things out. The round slows down. 45 seconds remaining. Electronic, though. Backstabbing from jungle. And is this the moment where Navi can close it out? The round looked to be theirs.
Shots with the bomb down. And Simple fighting the favor. 30 HP. Twist wants to wall him down, but Simple hears him going for the reload. Swings out, takes advantage of the situation. 10-6. Navi continue on now with 4 rounds in a row, collectively from the last half in this, and perhaps more given that the money will now be in their favor.
Well, there you go. The 2-on-2 does fall in their favor. Absolutely true. And yes, nothing we can do about the lag out situation, but it happened just before halftime as well. Like, that's going to be demoralizing, to say the least. And you lose the pistol follow-up as well. Still in the lead, and there is the force fire, which is pretty standard by Liquid's game today. It means if you do lose this round, you'll take a fully connect, but you'll have a really strong first gun round, and you have a chance to steal this one away. There isn't an argument to be made. You can take a full eco in the second and buy up in the third, and it just depends what you prefer. There's no real correct approach, just what play style you prefer. Round 17. Molotovs and nades exchanged here. Stewie might get the better though, as Electronic will be taken down to 71 HP. Smoke in the window. Allow them to boost up if they so wish. Remember, 4 spy from Liquid here. Just pistols and basic utility. Navi with the smoke towards short, and he'll have to avoid the flames. Oof, takes a bit more damage than he wanted to there. In towards CPL at 60 HP.
These quick peeks, jiggling back and forth. It's Stewie that wants to contribute. They've got the crossfire. AK's not finding kills. They need to be careful not to block each other in, though, as Ali stepped into Nitro, but they still get the kill, and they'll rush down the AK with 3. Boomich on the other side. Speaking of 3, he was looking for his third. He won't get it. Flamey wants in behind. Bombs down. They've got 2 AKs to hold a distance against the MAC-10. Somehow the MAC-10 finding the kill. But Nitro holds fast and firm. Helmet perhaps the difference. 11-6.
11-6 indeed, and it will be Nitro to hold on to the round. 21 kills to his name.
That means, by the way,
go on.
Only half of the pistols were converted.
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's been so back and forth in that department, and I guess that change in the economy system has led to more exciting Counter-Strike in terms of second rounds. Seem to be a lot more fun these days, and we do get more gun rounds in general. So overall, we've had a lot of time to look at this change now, and I feel like it's been a positive one for the game of Counter-Strike from a spectator point of view. It does lead to a lot more excitement at the start and more gun rounds, as I mentioned. So that's always good. Flamey with that opening AK-47. This is another force fire in response. First player goes down, though. That's simple. Never good news if you're an Navi fan.
Boomich checks the hallway quickly. Zeus, P250. No such success, but Flamey will put a Molotov down at the door on Palace. He could swing this. Twist doesn't know he's this close. This could easily be a kill on... Okay, never mind. He's got to wake up pretty early in the winter to catch an Eskimo out of his igloo. It's a Canadian reference, Henry. Twist gets Electronic with the pistol. Stewie will find Boomich, and it's just on to Zeus. Liquid to go 12-6, doubling up the score again. And remember, we're not done for the day after this. We've got more Counter-Strike coming your way immediately after, in fact. Just to note, Furia did take down Renegades 2-0, but we move on to FaZe NRG, if I'm not mistaken.
That will be one hell of a game.
It's 2 teams battling for their position in the rankings right now, that's for sure.
Stanislaw just arriving in the roster as well. Like that's huge. That's going to be an interesting team to follow. They've got a lot of firepower in that squad now. With the departure of Daps and NRG, already looked great tactically. Now you bring in that element as well. I'm not sure how good they're going to look, but I hope it's a great game. That's a really fun matchup to look forward to. 12-6, Liquid up against the full eco here. This won't be as exciting this round, I'm afraid. PD50s, Glocks, no armor, no nades. Just one of those rounds where you try and bait us utility, try and cost a lot of money. A couple of kills would be victory in its own right. Oh my god, that grenade has just absolutely destroyed Navi. Don't know who threw it, but either way, it will be a kill in return. Like I said, a couple's not bad. Flamey, he's at least found that for now. They've got a rifle as well. Zeus could actually get another, but without the armor, it's difficult to make it work. Twist will spray him down. Good grenade towards Connector again. Not a lot of HE damage here. 3 versus 1, simple. He's decent, but this seems a little bit beyond the pale. We'll see if he can do anything with the AK fan and Connector. Holds for mistakes now. With a minute remaining, I suppose, why not? Very quiet. No CTs inside. Bomb in his grasp. He just wants to see if a CT will be inquisitive at this point. Will anyone allow him to go get this bomb down. Absolutely not. Twist will get him. 13-6, the third and final map of this series. This was the HE. Oh my goodness. It did so much damage. It was a full eco, like we said, but it's always fun to see the tactical nukes dropped on Mirage. You saw so much damage inflicted there. Very cool stuff. And we get into round 20. Navi on the ropes now. And Matt, if they had won Dust 2, this could have been a 2-0 in their favor. That's the craziest thing about this. What a series this has been.
Yeah, it's just, this series is bizarre. I mean, ignoring the fact that the simple knife occurred, it's been a very entertaining series.
Yeah, for a day one group stage.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some great rounds. But yes, it could have been a 2-0 for Navi if not for that. And unfortunately, that will be the one point that this game and this series gets remembered for. Not if they keep walking through smokes like that. Flamey as well. At least Stewie, all that's left, and they're going to back out. There's no point going for this. Save the guns, I'm afraid. So we'll go 13-7. I put the 6 with the 3 and made it 16. We're not there yet.
Not quite. Well, Simple, he seems like he's there. He'll be gunning for the 16th round. It's going to take him some time, but if he keeps that up, they might have a chance. Lovely work from him towards CPL. 2-2K. I was about to say a chance to save the AWP. That's not going to happen. Very clean round. Very convincing from Navi there. And we go into number 21 here. The money, actually not fantastic for the North Americans. Going to have to take a bit of an eco here, I would say. There's enough for a Nitro AWP and 2 rifles, but when you're 13-7 up on the CT side of Mirage, third and final map, these are not risks you need to take. So quick, so precise. And Boomich, similar story, brought in to provide extra firepower, replace the veteran of Navi through 1.6 and indeed CSGO. And one of the young Russian talents, played at majors before, he's got experience, and now playing under some of the greatest names the game has produced from the CIS region. Oh, okay.
I'm glad we snapped over just in time to see that.
All right, Alige.
Is that Rushley?
Let's calm it down. No, I believe it's Jakey.
Ah, it's Jakey, okay. They both have E at the end of their name. Jakey's already cooler than Rushley. We can be friends.
You should be friends with him. He's a lovely man. Zeus, though.
As opposed to Rushley.
Yeah, well...
I like to pick on Rushley. Leave it alone. That's probably him messaging me now.
Saying it's over?
Yeah, he's sending me a C and D.
The Elige Deagle not looking quite as precise. It's a very difficult shot there towards shore. He managed to open things up, but looks like Navi were the ones closing it down. Boomich with the frags almost gifted him, I was about to say, but Nafly could take that AK and run. That's the play I'd be making at this point. Twist unable to nail the jump towards shore, maybe to his advantage actually, because Simple was ready and waiting for it. And you can almost bank on the fact he was going to hit that shot. So there you go. 3-on-3. Bomb to go off, no problem at all. Liquid though, recovering 2 rifles, a CZ, armor on Twist as well. I believe Twists will have, he's got 100 armor as well. Not a huge deal on the CD side, but he can get a helmet for $350, just a note. If he really wants one, but you don't normally need it against the AKs. It's nice to save the armor. Might as well. Your money's tight as it is. And there it is, Navi, 13-8 down. Will there be a tactical timer here? I haven't seen as many here on Mirage. Final map here. Double AWP setup, Nitro and Stewie. Like I said, Stewie's been the one that's like, when we started to notice his double AWP potential in this team was on Mirage. That's why he started to see him sneak in every now and then. He started using it, and it's a bit of a mainstay now. He'll bring it out more often than not. Trolling towards middle. Back jungle. It's a default round from Navi, leaving the bomb towards T-Spawn. Flamey holding Palace. No aggression from the CTs really at all. Elige will hold connector, looking towards that underpass area. Molotov to push back a potential AWP on the other side, but Nitro is there, but he's on the van. So Zeus is showing presence. We are going to see the bomb still down in T-Spawn, so any sort of play here towards the B, it's a fake. From what I can gather right now, the fact the bomb's in the position it is, they're just trying to take vision away from the CTs. But lovely movement for Nitro there. He still has control of the B apartments.
For now.
For now.
Zeus sliding out from the archway. Bomb down, he'll go back 4. Electronic to rotate over Flamey Palace. Twist getting closer to the front of the A site. Does he go under shadow? Does he play the arch? It looks like he's definitely going to get more aggressive toward A main. Navi steal momentum back with 2 rounds. Liquid don't want this to get out of hand. Playing the arch is interesting because a kill in middle from Naf onto Boomich. A second from Elige to Simple. I was going to suggest that they haven't seen any activity toward A, so perhaps they rotate off B, but it's not going to be down middle at all, and Elige realizes that Electronic wants out of Palace. Twist knows there's no one else coming toward A main, and Zeus is pincered no matter which way he goes.
Well, there it is. A huge round to pick up here for Liquid, and it's a clean one of that. It's Elige to finish things off. It's going to be 14-8. Zeus has $6,700. Electronic with 6K as well. They do have enough to buy here for sure, but they are running out of time. It looks like Liquid with 3 orbs going into round number 23. I like it. It's not a big deal on Mirage. You can make that work. One towards jungle, one on window, one towards B. Why not, I guess? Anything can work, technically. Just don't see it too often. They've picked up the 3 orbs. They might have another rifle and spawn to transition with. They've got a timeout here from Navi as well, just to discuss this setup. But I think they'll be fine with it. It really isn't a big deal. It's not a huge talking point, especially when you've got this sort of lead. It's not that they've bought into this. They just found an extra AWP and you said, you know what? We've got Nitro, Stewie, and Naf. All pretty amazing AWPers, to be honest. Why not? Give it a go. If we close it out like this, it will be quite a story. So then, Navi looking better today, Matt. I have to say, this is a promising start for them. Even if they don't win this series, like, sure, we'll talk about that knife situation all day long, but they're not knocked out of the tournament. It's promising to see the team look synergized, and they've been doing their theory. They've been putting hard work, and they've got extra firepower now. The team is looking solid, right? This is promising.
No, this is, but it's also, you've got to consider, honeymoon aside, you've got this event, you've got another, potentially 2 more. I'm not sure exactly what their schedule entails, but you've only got a few events before we hit the player break, and then we go straight into the major cycle. It's got to be on Navi's minds to win a major.
I agree.
They are the top organization to have not won one, in my opinion, at this point. I mean, Liquid, yes, you could argue the same thing, but not for the same duration. Navi has been knocking on the door for years in the majors.
Well, at this point, it's Liquid battling for series point. 3 versus 3. Remember, triple AWPs coming into this one. You don't see that every day. Simple. He'll be waiting for his next opportunity as he holds towards Sandwich right now. 1 minute remaining. Of course, no bomb planted yet. Nitro. What a day he's had. Fantastic work throughout, and that's testament to it. That's a lovely shot towards Sandwich, but he's going to be dropped. Zeus with a lovely shot of the AWP, but it comes down to the 1 versus 1. Naf and Boomich, both of the snipers here, and both aware of each other's positions.
Who moves first? Bomb, natural conclusion that allows Naf the position, and he walks in, pistol in hand, but Boomich jumps up, unaware he's that close. Naf gets the headshot instead, and it's going to be map and series point for Liquid. You've got to give Boomich credit. As you say to your firepower, though, he's not scared to try and make plays, whereas Edward was more passive in those situations. He still goes for the peaks, and he's willing to use the AWP. He's certainly going to mold into this team well, but Naf played that so well.
He did. He took a bit of a gamble there. A lot of players, a lot of pros would actually go for the fake plan there and bait out the CT. He's aware of it and still took that risk. He walked straight past the choke point of danger there where the AWP could take him down in a post-plant situation, and you could see Boomich had no idea. It was a really, really cool play there from Nowfly, and one that maybe wins them the game at this point. You can see Money is at an absolute low. The Tech-9s are out. The SMGs are there. The lack of utility. It's going to be a scrappy victory if they do pull this one off. Stewie will strike first and find Boomich. Through the flames he goes, living up to his name. Flamey will be on the A side towards the Sandwich. He's making a lot of noise though, and Twist knows it. 5 on 3. It looks like we might be done here.
Simple. Nitro comes back for the cheeky little smoke inside of the B apartments, but Simple's already forward of that. And as it blooms, he tries to use the sound key to get a few steps ahead, but Naf gets him down instead, and it's just Electronic and Zeus remaining for Navi. This should now be the game and series. It's been a long one for Liquid. Got all 30 rounds in map number 2. This one only in the 24th. Looks like it could conclude, but let's not forget Dust 2, which went to double overtime before it was closed out by Liquid. It could have been a shorter game. It could have been done on round 27. Nitro gets both. Fitting the in-game leader, the one to shut it down, and they'll move on to the playoffs. Liquid, great start. And keep in mind, that's one step closer to the Grand Slam that they're chasing.
You're absolutely right there, Matt. A lot of storylines here at ESL 1 Cologne 2019. This one, though, will be remembered. It's a group stage game, but what a game it was. A best of 3 that really had us on the edge of our seats throughout. It had absolutely everything. The historic clutches, the amazing moments, the blunders, and just so many great elements to it. It's going to be a gutting start for Navi here. You can see it on their faces. Of course they're disappointed, but as I mentioned before, they should keep their heads held high because this is looking much better. It's a step in the right direction, and we'll throw it over our boys at the analyst desk.
Thank you, Henry and Sadakis. They'll be back to bring you the last series, but before we have to break down this one, Navi and Liquid reaches its conclusion. I was going to say expected conclusion, but there was nothing. None of our expectations really thrown out the window after our first map.
Oh, what's funny is when we saw the veto, a lot of the discussion was like, maybe a 2-0 for Team Liquid. Bizarrely, Navi could have 2-0'd, yet have lost the series. Like, I mean, I will say, I'll do the fair thing for Navi fans. Like, to be fair, map 2 would have probably played out differently if you had indeed have won map 1. It changed the whole mentality, maybe the way you approach the game. You know, there's all sorts of factors. Maybe Simple wouldn't have played as well. So it's not as simple as that, obviously. But if you are Navi, this is the worst way to lose the series. Now you are just thinking again about that.
And just to add salt to the wound, the salt to the wound of all of this is that's the spot in the playoffs. Liquid, they have the Lanxess. They know they'll meet that crowd, a infamous crowd in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you know, there's two sides to the coin. There was one that, you know, okay, whoever loses this, they still get another chance. They go through the lower bracket, but the winner, they have to play the match to decide semis or quarters, but they're already through to the arena, right? The first goal has been achieved regardless of what happens here for Liquid. So they've been able to do that. And we made this note at the start is all the best of 3s that Liquid and Navi have played. I think you brought that up, Duncan. They weren't able to take a map. Well, this time here, they almost won a 2-0, right? And that is insane to think of.
Statement game.
Yeah, and that would have really come out and set the tone for this roster because this is the debut with them and Boomich, and this is our first real test to see if there's anything coming in here. Now, Liquid's playstyle, it can be very scrappy, right? Because they have brawlers. So that kind of fits very well with what Navi like to do, at least when they had Edward on the roster. Things had changed with Electronic Simple, etc. And they were able to play a lot of those rounds. That's why we had so many clutch moments. But the way that all 3 of these games that we have watched so far on the Ace, actually, there's been more. All the games that I've done, the first 2 and then this one here, all kind of fizzled out, right? The 2 best of 1s, the last rounds of both ways should have sent us to overtimes. They fizzled out. And then this one here, this last map, it was a flop, right? Liquid were in control for the entirety of this game. And you really beg the question at that point. It's like, man, Navi, they had this in their grasp. They could have taken it, and it gets to this, and it's a lackluster showing.
You don't have to be a body language expert to see the Navi boys after that one and realize they're feeling exactly that. And now the question it remains is, what do they do with the rest of the week? Is this going to drive them forward, or is this going to dig them into a hole? In my mind, this is the first outing with Boomich. You've just nearly pushed the number 1 team to a 2-0 victory. A couple of errors, everyone makes them. I mean, I think the prospects are pretty high for Navi in that lower bracket. What do you reckon, Duncan?
Yeah, you've got to, and like, there is no such real thing as a moral victory. You've got to take something from it. You've got to see the positive of it. And I'd even say to them, look at last year's Cologne. We came from the lower bracket. We won the tournament. Who cares, right? The format does allow for that, as long as you're good enough.
And we actually have an opportunity to hear from one of the winners. So we do have Stewie2K standing by with Stunner. Let's check in with the victor, locked in for the Lanxess.
Standing here with Stewie2K. These guys have just put together a W over Navi in a pretty untraditional fashion, I think is the easiest way for me to explain it. But I'm going to hit you with a hard one here, Stu. Give me one word to describe this best of 3.
I'd say rivalry, because I know Simple, he's a great player and he's very hungry to be the best, and he doesn't like losing. He's very competitive, and he hasn't beaten the Liquid squad yet since Naps joined, so I know he wants to beat them and, you know, kind of prove them that we're not their kryptonite, but, you know, we're still their kryptonite right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the shoe does fit, then that's what it is. Look, we're going to backtrack a little bit. You had an awesome 3v1 there in Connector. You're able to stop that entire situation. I want to talk about the last round of the first half. You and Naf, 2v1 versus Simple. What happened there?
Honestly, I made the biggest mistake. I shot in the smoke in the 2v1, and they said that I hit him, so we knew he was there. And when I planted the bomb, Nav told me he had to cross the whole time. And as time went by, I just wanted to check if he was on top of the stairs, but I over-peeked, and, you know, when you peek good players, they just kill you.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that goes. Last question I got for you this, man. You're about one step away from winning your entire bracket. FaZe and Energy are coming up next. Who do you got in that matchup?
NRG is looking pretty good. FaZe is looking a little shaky. I'm going to have to go with NRG, but I'm going to say it's a close best of 3.
So is that who you want to play?
We're going to play anybody. We're not afraid of anyone. We're here to win the tournament. We're here for the Grand Slam. We don't care who we play. We're just here to show up.
Giving them the business. That's what we're going to do. Thank you, Stewie. Congratulations. We'll see you later, bro. And back to you in the studio, Alex. Let's get this next best of 3 underway.
No.
That is the plan. We do have, of course, one more best of 3 for the evening, FaZe versus NRG, and that in itself is something that we'll be digging into once we get back from our break. But let's go ahead and just kind of round out and put a pin in our understanding of this one. Team Liquid, coming into the Cologne, we said this is a